Uh-oh, who's in trouble? We're going to talk about that tonight as I break down the Knicks versus the Houston Rockets tomorrow. A lot of interesting things going on with these Knicks. We know about the debacle last night in the Garden, but at a chance for redemption, I believe these New York Knicks are primed to get the job done. Also, I want to hear from you guys tonight. I want us to try to start a new leaf. It is the post All-Star break period. And I want to know from you guys why we should be optimistic, not pessimistic. Why we should be optimistic going forward into the next half of the season. Also, while we're being optimistic, is it still a finals or bust for these New York Knicks? Two questions. I need answers. We're going to talk about that tonight on this episode of Knicks Nocturnal. Welcome to the show. I am your host, Karan Pierre, the Objective Fan, and I'm straight out of Kings County, New York City's finest, and you know the vibes. Tell a friend that we live, man. Welcome to the show, man. Got some interesting things I want to talk about with you guys tonight. There's a lot of negativity, and I unleashed the cannon on Stephen A. Smith earlier today. Not because he was upset that we lost to the Pistons. We all were upset. But part of the reason why is he just completely dismisses the second half of the season. When do we just say, oh, well, we lost 3 regular season games. That's it. It's over. That's what we're going to be talking about tonight as I try to get this chat loaded. I could say what's up to my peoples. I know Maxine, the super producer, is in the building. Big time salute to you. As always, you know we got to smash that like button. We got to get the likes up. As soon as you enter the room, smash that like button because it helps us within the YouTube algorithm. It lets the YouTube algorithm know that this show is one of the best shows on YouTube. So as soon as you enter, smash that like button. Of course, we are on the road to 10,000 subscribers. And we noticed in the last 28 days that 60+% of you guys are not subscribed to us. So if you're digging the content, you watch the content, you might as well subscribe and join us for the ride so you could be a part of the 5K giveaway. As soon as we reach this milestone, we will give away this rookie Jalen Brunson trading card to any one of you subscribers. As you guys, all you have to do to enter is subscribe. That's it. No other sign-up forms, nothing like that. All right? Big time salute to Randall. I see you. Big time salute, man. So we got a lot to talk about. So 2 questions, all right? Optimistic for the second half, right? And is it still finals or bust? Pretty much what I'm asking is, should we give this team another chance? Maybe we're putting too much pressure on these guys. What say you? I'm going to say this, y'all. No matter what, you guys know I want Giannis Antetokounmpo. Been very consistent on that. I feel like we made our chances harder to get Giannis now because there's going to be a lot more competition. That's what's been well reported. We talked about it this morning on the show. And I don't know what else you can do to get better besides trading for Giannis Antetokounmpo. So if you guys have some ideas on that as well, we could discuss that. But we guys could talk from the beginning. The phone lines are open, 646-995-8389. Call up. I want to know why we should be optimistic. I'm going to break down the Clippers versus, not the Clippers, the the Rockets versus the Knicks game, and I saw the last Clippers game, and the Clippers broke them down systematically. And I think that these Knicks could do that as well. So if you want to call up 646-995-8389, call up and voice your opinion. The reason why I wanted to try to start with two optimistic titles because I saw this article. Let me see if I could get this on the screen. Hold on, give me 2 seconds. But I saw this article and I feel like because we lost, people are kind of jumping off the deep end. And I don't like it, right? I feel as though, you know, we shouldn't throw away the season because we lost. Now, I understand the way we lost, it looks bad. Same thing happened last year. We lost the same way in the Garden, even worse last year to Boston. But let me get this article on the screen. Uh-oh, we do got a caller. How's it going, caller?
How you doing, brother?
Take the name and let the people know where you're calling from.
All right, my name's BB, calling from Atlanta, but I'm a New York Knicks fan from Mount Vernon.
Oh, okay, nice. Mount Vernon in the house, Westchester County, man. So what's
Yes, sir.
going on?
Well,
Where you want to go?
Well, I was watching your program, man. First of all, success to you, brother.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah. So regarding the Knicks, man, I think I wasn't crazy about Tibbs running the team into the ground last year, but I thought that
Right.
Mike Brown didn't incorporate any of Tibbs's successes into this season.
Okay.
One of the things I see about Cat, I mean, it's plain as day. The brother goes in a straight line when he goes to the basket, and he's always going to get an offensive foul because obviously the defender's standing right there. I think he needs to work on his footwork. He needs to learn how to avoid the defender so he can get to the basket. I just think he could be a little bit more creative when he does those drives. Because
Right.
if I'm not mistaken, he's like got more offensive fouls than anyone in the league, and
Yeah, he
that
leads
is
the league with 3 a game. Yep.
yeah, man. I mean, that's way too much, and he's hurting the team by not staying on court. And plus, his defense isn't the greatest. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, and I also think that Mikal Bridges, which I think is a great player and a great piece for the Knicks. But the reason why he's the Iron Man is because he's a non-contact player, so he's not going to get in there
Oh, good
and,
point.
and and grind. He's not a grinder. You know what I mean? He's great player, but you're never going to see him on the injury list because he never hits anybody. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I think the Knicks have to figure out a way to outsmart these Pistons because right now they're just way more athletic. They're just
Right.
a slight second quicker. But Knicks gonna have to figure out a way to outsmart these Pistons if they're gonna get past them, man. And of course, beyond that, you got to deal with OKC and Wembanyama. But
Right.
I think to get out of the East, man, they're gonna have to step their
But
game up on the acumen side. You know what I mean?
right. But what do you think that we can? Do we have the potential to outsmart these guys?
Well,
That's what I want to know.
Knicks have all these Villanova cats. I think someone in there is gonna have to just really get deep into a think tank and figure out how we're going to avoid because you can't go toe to toe with the Pistons. They're just way too tough. They're like Bad Boy 2.0. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So I think
I
they're
hear you.
just gonna have to do some deep search, man, and check the video and find out how they can
10
be where the
seconds.
Pistons aren't and get in the key spots and just play a much sharper game of basketball. The other thing I noticed on the defensive side, they always got their hands down. And
Mm.
when if you just have your hands up near your head, at least you're saving a few milliseconds to try to block a shot or try to deflect the pass. But if your hands
Right.
are down
Right.
to your kneecaps and then you got to jump up and go try to stop somebody from taking a shot, you're just like a few milliseconds behind, man, from missing that shot and just playing a more crisper form of defense, man. So I think
I
they've
listen,
got some.
brother. Great call. Listen, great call. You said a lot of things I agree with, and I'm actually going to add to some of the things you said. I
Mm,
appreciate the call, brother. And I also got your name locked in. All right. Big
right
time
on, brother.
salute.
Hope to
All
talk
right.
to you soon.
Big time.
All right. Later.
Great call. And just to let you guys know, these are the rules. Each call is 3 minutes. This is for the new people that may not know, because we get a lot of new people. All right. When you hear that the host says, "Let's go," that means you better go. And then once the buzzer sounds, that's the end of the call. I also want to introduce, because I don't introduce this early enough, the $5 callback option. If you do want to call back, you can send in the Cash App or a super chat, because you may get triggered. Trust me, you may get triggered. I want to respond to some of the things the brother said. Now everyone is using this Mikal Bridges disappearing acts. I feel like we started that. But whatever. Mikal Bridges disappearing acts. Did you guys see the air ball fadeaway from like 6 feet away? Who was that? Was that HRM in the Discord? If it wasn't HRM, it might have been JJ. One of the two of them posted the footage of Mikal from last night. Or was it Zach? Anyway, one of those guys posted it. And Mikal shot a fadeaway by himself. By himself. And he completely missed the basket from like 6 feet away. That was some of the most doofy basketball I ever seen in my life. 100%. And you know what? It really left me like this. I don't know what the hell that was. To also add to what the brother's saying, he'll never get hurt because he doesn't attack. It's easy to be the Iron Man. You ain't taking it to the basket. Only time you go to the basket if it's a clear layup. You barely do that, Mikal. People let you off the hook. I'm not letting you off the hook. I don't care about the 5 pick. I'm not saying the 5 picks aren't important, but I'm not even going there with the 5 picks. I need you to show up on the court and show out. That's all I'm concerned about, Mikal. We gotta do a better job. That's all we're saying. And what else? He said, Cat. Bodega Cat. I'm wearing the hoodie. You get this on the link tree, by the way, if you're feeling it. All right. Let me tell you something. Big Bodega, man. I don't know what it is, but you got to tighten up your post game. Somebody earlier also got on Mark Bryant. They was like, well, why are we using Mark Bryant to be our big man coach? He wasn't all of that back in the day when he was with Phoenix. Do you guys remember Mark Bryant in Phoenix? Why can't we get Hakeem Olajuwon? Or why can't Patrick Ewing be that guy? I don't know. I'm not saying Mark Bryant doesn't know what he's doing, because I don't like to base it on how a guy plays when some of the best coaches never was nobody. All right. So being able to teach the game is something that many star players don't do. And I'm not saying this because they can't do it, but they just don't. So a lot of the teachers are players who played, but may not have been the greatest, but they do a great job at communicating. But I do agree that Cat, man. And then there was a point earlier I didn't respond to. Somebody said that Pat, he was a terrible pick and roll player. That's actually not true. Now, no, I'm not the #1 advanced stat dude, right? I don't hit you with super advanced stats all day, every day. I could, but I like stats with context. But coming to the Knicks, they said it on the Roommates podcast that Towns was the #1 screen setter in basketball the year before he came to the Knicks. I don't know the metric last year, but what's going on this year? So BB, I'm riding with you. Most of the things you said, I think was spot on. But I'm trying to be optimistic tonight. I'm trying to be optimistic. We're gonna talk about this Rockets game. As you enter, guys, big time salute to the chat. As you enter, make sure we continue to smash the like button. It's imperative that we do. We got to let the algorithm know that this is where it's at tonight. Got some interesting questions. I got 2 optimistic questions, okay? All right? what good do we expect for the second half? Because it's a new half of the season, right? Give me something to be optimistic about in the second half. So much negativity, but continue to smash the like button as well while we contemplate our answers. And of course, subscribe if you're not subscribed. That is always the Master Miyagi key on this channel. But some reasons to be optimistic. I got some. I got one. I'm going to tell you one. Against the top 10 teams in the East right now, we're 7-6. Not the East. I keep saying the East. Top 10 teams in the league, we are 7-6. Now, that's subject to change because guys come in and out. I update that stat weekly, but when I last checked, we're 7-6. So we're not like 0-10 last year. That to me is an improvement. And we got to allow ourselves to accept the fact that in some ways we have improved. So I would say our play against the elite teams has dramatically increased. And we got a stretch of games. Houston tomorrow and Cleveland on Tuesday. 2 top 10 teams. Now, that at Cleveland game is going to be rough. But we could get it done. Why not? But as far as Houston is concerned, I think we're going to get them, y'all. I'm going to keep it real. I think we're going to get them. And when you watch the game, this is why you have to watch the games. If you're not watching the games, bro, you're going to be lost in the sauce. Houston's style is just, it's too slow and doofy, if you ask me. They're a good team. No, they're good. They defend very well. But what the Clippers did to them, crazy. So that's one thing that I'm optimistic for, okay? As far as it being a finals or bust, I still think it's a finals or bust. But I don't know. Maybe should we give this team another shot? Do you think, how about this? Do you think Dolan will give this team another shot? Call up 646-995-8389. What's your opinion? The reason why I'm going here tonight is because I saw this, right? NBA analyst says what every Knicks fan is thinking about their current core. And I thought that this was an interesting concept. Knicks may be the third seed in Eastern Conference standings at 35-21 and are constantly being listed as an upper echelon 2026 team. And yes, y'all, we are, believe it or not, we are an upper echelon team. I know it doesn't look like it last night, but I promise you, when you look at what we've been doing, even now with the Cleveland loss, in the last 10 games, we are still top 4, okay, in offensive rating, top 4 in defensive rating. It slipped, of course, but we still one of the better teams in the league in the last 10 games. We can't forget what we did in the other games that we won. We were 7-3 in the last 10. Can't forget it. The last time we lost 2 games, let me get that for you. The last time we lost 2 games in a row. I'm gonna tell you when that was. It had to be last month, right? When we had the 3-game slide. And remember, that was because of the NBA Cup curse. So we had 2 parts of that stretch where we lost those games. And then prior to that, we were playing great basketball. We hadn't had 2 losses in a row. I don't foresee us going back that bad, even though we did lose 2 out of our last 4 games. I think that we will persevere because we're still 9-4 against 500 and above teams. I take that any day of the week. I think that has to matter for something. And then we'll get into some more nuances with the game. But the reason why I want to be optimistic is because this guy right here, Howard Beck, he has some things that he wanted to say. He said, The Knicks are now on whatever it is, year 2 of Karl-Anthony Towns, because of the Giannis thing hanging out there and other factors. We don't really know how many more chances, if at all, with this core they'll get. The Knicks went all in on Mikal Bridges. That's a fact. I don't argue that point too heavy, but it is a fact. We definitely went in on Mikal. To their credit, they are right there, but it's a more crowded race than we anticipated. Do you think that the race is more crowded? And if the race is more crowded, do we get a pass? Should we get a pass this year and let us regroup and come back stronger next year? Maybe we can trust the collaboration, which is Leon Rose and Mike Brown. Maybe we could trust these guys to put their heads together and bring back a better team suited around Towns and Brunson, because it seems like that's what the goal is. My thing is this. Giannis has to be top priority, but your odds of getting him is diminished. So Knicks core may have limited time to prove championship viability. Since Jalen Brunson's arrival back in the summer of 2022, the Knicks have managed to improve with every passing year. Last season, after officially going all in the championship push with Karl-Anthony Towns and Mikal Bridges trades, they were able to clinch their Eastern Conference berth. The first Eastern Conference Finals berth since 1999-2000. Now they follow up with their primary four, the core four, Brunson, Towns, Bridges, OG. Anunoby leading the charge, and the widespread belief is that anything short of an appearance in the championship round will be a failure. And as I roasted this brother Stephen A. Smith early this morning, there ain't no goddamn finals. Why so negative, Stephen A? Are we just doing it for clicks and views? You said the same thing last year, Stephen A. You don't think history can repeat itself? Big time salute to my man AP on the super chat. Houston will play their best game of the year against us. Our luck, like we will be getting Seattle KD. Damn, see, he said Seattle KD. That's crazy. The defense was bad last year. It's bad this year. Some players have to go. Hit the like button. Hey, we gotta hit the like. First of all, like AP said, he said it all. Thank you for the super chat, AP. And I'm gonna get into the MVP donors. What a great way to segue to that segment. Let me just get my list. But smash that like button, like AP said. He sent in the super. I do appreciate the super. And yeah, we got to consistently get the likes up. Of course, I can't find my notes. I don't know where it's at. But also, while you at it, hit the subscribe button, because we're going to give this away to one of our lucky subscribers as soon as we hit that 5K mark. So get your subscribe on, help us get closer to our goals, and we will look forward to giving back to the community with this Jalen Brunson rookie trading card. Okay? So definitely continue to smash that subscribe button if you're not subscribed. As you enter the show, it's important that we let the YouTube algorithm know that this is where we are. Okay? All right. So I'm gonna give a big time salute to the MVP donors, man. You guys help the channel tremendously, and I just have to show you guys some love. All right. So I'm gonna give a big time salute to my man AP, one of the MVP donors. Okay. We appreciate your support, AP, and the love. And by the way, the mug, because you did win a mug as well, will be on the way soon. Okay. Look out for your email. Big time salute to Andel Fantastico. Big time salute to you. Friends NJ. Him 2722. Big time salute. Of course, J Tap. All right. Mixtape Madness Discord server. One of the first channel member mods. I do appreciate you, J Tap. Much love. Big time salute to LD. Salute. Big time salute to Mellow Mike. Salute. And also, Mellow Mike, thank you for giving away a Captain Loving mug. He said if we got to 150 likes earlier today, that he'll give away a mug. That's what happened. So that's why you guys should continue getting the likes up. You just never know when the brothers feel generous because they love to see the support. Everybody loves the support around here, and we spread love because it's the Brooklyn way. You right? You feel me? Big time salute to Mr. Knicks 101. Big time salute to No Strays, ENT, Parish Thugger, Shane Campos, Sean Hayes, and of course, Detroit Hater number 2. Big time salute to you, Detroit Hater number 2. Hey, he supports the channel. He's an MVP donor. Big time salute to my man Rock, all right, as well on the Cashapp side. Big time salute to Randy as well on the Cashapp side, all right? And of course, J-Tap once again on the Cashapp side. So multiple ways to donate, multiple ways to support. We appreciate all of you guys and continue to smash the like button. It's the golden rule on this channel. But what do you think? This guy Howard Beck, right? Let me get back to where I was at. This guy Howard Beck, he's just like, it's just, yeah, Stephen A. Smith, they ain't going to the damn finals. It's all negative, bro. All right? Should this, and not just him, I'm talking about the Daily Knicks article as well. But should this wind up proving the case if New York falls short of the finals, berth yet again? Beck alluded to the future of their core could very well and should be in serious jeopardy. That's, I mean, are we too hard on these guys? Are we too hard on these guys? Should we give these guys another shot? Should we give these guys another shot? Uh-oh. What's going on? Number 2. Hater number 2. Where we going, man?
What's going on, my brother? What's going on?
How's it going, family? Where we going tonight?
I just came to drop some science, man. You know, no trolling. I only troll when y'all play us. Listen,
right.
Y'all really got a good team. You know what the problem is? Your coach don't know how to put it together. Your coach was fired by LeBron James. Your coach was fired by Sacramento for trying to push the West Coast offense. It's a 5-out offense. That's why Cat is always out on the outskirts and not in the paint, because it's a pick the ball out and run and execute and go in. But here's the problem. When you play against teams who know who can do, what player's going to do what, you don't have a problem with letting Brunson get his because ain't nobody else going to get theirs. So when I be talking to you, I don't be talking to you from the trolling aspect. I be talking to you from what I know our players are.
Nah, no, we talk basketball. Nah, yeah,
right. But see, this is what I don't like about you.
What's up?
Out of all the people that I've been dealing with, you keep pacifying the Knicks' problems. Because when you think about it, if you objective, you got to call out the Knicks' problems because you can't get better if you can't recognize where the problem at. You see what I'm saying? When I first met you, I told you had problems on your team. Now everybody see it. But I told you I had inside information. Cats don't like the way. See, from what I was told, I didn't really break it down to you because I was busy. He doesn't like the Mike Brown system. Because it doesn't help him. If you look at the stats, and you got the stats, Bronson's shots are up and everybody else's shots are down. So if everybody else's shots are down and Cat's shots are down, when he gets the ball, he has to do and create and put it on the floor and get whatever he can get if he don't shoot the 3. So there lies your problem. When Bronson gets his points, he getting his. So it's kind of like I'm getting mine. I'm shooting for my Supermax. I don't know about you. So it takes the whole problems and it's put on Cat. And then y'all like, damn, Cat is this. Cat was Cat before you got him. You knew what Cat was before you got him. So at the end of the day, when you know what you're getting into before you get into it, you can't get mad at the results. I understand what type of person Cat is. That's not his game to go down low and bang. He's just not going to do that. You know what I'm saying? But that doesn't mean he's not a good player. You feel me? So that's what I'm saying with the Brunson situation. So what I be mad at you about is that you don't be pointing out their faults. Their faults right now is not a athletic issue. It's a chemistry issue. It's a chemistry issue. When you can't, when you got problems with people and you can't put them to the side and then just concentrate on basketball, then you see it on the court. So when you see all your people reacting to different ways of why people not playing, it's because they can't coexist. They're not cohesiveness together. But that's all I got to say though.
All right. You know I'm gonna respond, right? Big
Go
time.
ahead.
I appreciate it. All right.
Yep.
All right. That's another Detroit person calling. You see, when Detroit call, they want to talk basketball. It's not just the trolling and the antics. My brother, I know you watch the show, right? If you you have to it's either you're not paying attention to the shows or you're mistaking my confidence for the Knicks in the postseason against Detroit, right? This was before the game, of course, right? With the fact and the reality that I actually give real analysis. If you go on the channel, right? Just go on the channel. First off, this morning I tore Mike Brown apart. That's one. That's two. I had a poll that I dropped in the community section, which talks about the fact why asking a serious question: why doesn't Brunson and Towns two-man game? Why they don't run it? Why it's not efficient? Right? And I had answers in the poll, right? Because I'm acknowledging that the two-man game between Towns and Brunson is pretty much non-existent. I got a show called the Knicks in 10 Show, Detroit. I know you can't stand New York. That's a hardcore New York show that breaks down exactly where the Knicks are. I got a show called Why the Knicks Are Not As Good As We Think They Are. Go watch the video. If you think I'm the super yes guy, no, I am the objective fan. I tell you exactly how it is. And how it is right now is Detroit has our number. If you go watch the Knicks War Room, listen to the things I'm saying. I never said that we're better than Detroit in the regular season. The only thing I said on that show was I thought we were going to win last night. But besides that, I conceded the fact that the Detroit Pistons, they are the regular season champions. They're the best team in the Eastern Conference. In the regular season, I am not confident that Detroit Pistons will be the same in the playoffs. I broke that down in the Knicks War Room. Go watch the show. It's on the channel. So no, sir, I don't sit there and big up the Knicks. I don't. Matter of fact, if you go back to the second or the third Knicks in 10 show, I told you that Detroit was for real. And to all my hardcore Knicks in 10 people, you know why I say that. Let me take this call. What's going on, Randall?
Hey, what's up?
Talk to me, man. Hey, man, you see these guys talking about I'm not objective. I don't call out the Knicks' faults. Are you buying that, Randall?
No.
Yeah, the brother bugging out, man. That's my guy and all, but he don't watch all the shows. But where you want to go, Randall?
Just want to talk pretty much about at the point where the Knicks is right now.
Okay.
I understand
Something
that the Knicks-
optimistic, or where we going?
well, I understand that the Knicks lost last night. Well, basically got their ass kicked, but
Right.
the only thing I can say, man, is just move forward and hope for the best tomorrow night against the Rockets.
Right. Exactly the point. Exactly, but and that's what this show is about. This show is to show Knicks fans that you can have a positive outlook after a bad loss, and the season isn't over. It's not over. Don't listen to Stephen A. Smith. Yeah. So can you give me one positive thing that we have going forward so that Knicks fans could, relax? One positive thing you could share, if any.
Well, the fact is that this is the regular season.
Okay.
In the playoff, things could change in the playoffs.
100%. 100%. I agree wholeheartedly. Also, do you think our standards are too high for this team? Should we give this team another year? Should we abandon the finals or bust thing? What do you think?
Hell no. And I'm gonna say this.
Okay.
If this team does not win a championship this year, it's only gonna get harder after this year with this current team that's the way it's constructed.
That's true.
Because there are a lot of teams in the, because I'm gonna tell you, it's a close fight in the East this year. The East is only gonna get tougher next year.
Yep.
Detroit ain't going nowhere. They only gonna get better.
No. Oh yeah.
Going forward. Orlando, if they learn how to figure out to score the basketball, they're gonna get better.
Yeah.
Boston, you still got Boston.
Yep.
We ain't mentioned Indiana. You got Halliburton coming back next season.
Yep. And they might get a top 4 pick.
Exactly. So yeah, it's championship or bust this year, pretty much.
Man, thank you, Randall. I appreciate that. Yeah, we still got to hold on to that standard. I just was trying to just be, a little optimistic, but I appreciate you, Randall.
Yeah, anytime.
Big time.
All right.
Yeah, Detroit. I don't know, man. I'm surprised you would say that about me, bro. I got so many videos where I'm like, yo, man, this Knicks team, bro, we not showing it right now. And I've been, ever since I saw that man laughing and cackling, patting the man on his chest after a loss, that did it for me with my brother. That did it for me personally with my brother. 646-995-8389. Call up, voice your opinion. Joe, are you there? What's going on?
Hey, how we doing tonight?
Man, everything good, man. Listen, I'm trying to be optimistic.
Let's go.
You got something optimistic you'd like to share about the Knicks or not?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, man, I've been watching this team for a long time, and I just think this team is special, man. That's where I want to come at this.
Okay.
Like for a long time, man, I just looking at this roster and how the team has been constructed. Last year, I was really like, yeah, like we could have, like it was the first time I ever felt like, yeah, we can do this, like we can win a championship.
Right.
And now this year's here, and I still feel like we can do it, man.
Of course.
And I'm not saying we're gonna blow everybody out, but I think it's gonna be intense at the end of the year, like when it actually goes down. So that's what I'm hoping for, because I've seen it. I'm not saying something I haven't seen before.
All right. No, you're right.
So
just go back and watch Denver, Boston. Go back and watch those games.
Honestly, dude, even the Pacers series, like even though we lost, they learned a lot in that series on how not to choke early in a series, because it can cost you. That's experience.
Yeah. And that's one thing we have over every other Eastern Conference team is experience.
Yeah, and that's important because we're trying to move forward, learn from our mistakes. That's how it's gonna have to go. So yeah, man. Any 100%. Other questions tonight before I go?
Yeah. I want to ask: should we abandon the finals or bust philosophy that we embrace? Should we give this team maybe another year, to figure it out? What do you think about that concept?
I mean, for myself, I've never really thought about it like that, to be honest. I've just always been like, one season at a time, to be honest.
Okay.
But what I will say, though, is that this team, man, like, I've been watching us for a while, and, like, I've always thought we could win a championship. But, like, this year, man, I don't know. There's something about this team. I still think this team's special.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we could go all the way as well. Yeah.
But, it's just the path of getting there. When you think about the playoffs, who are we seeing? It's going to be a playoff tree. Like, it's going to be randomized, to certain seeds, 1-8s, 2-7s, 3-6. Like, 100%. Who's going to be in them spots? Who are we playing? That's our recipe, honestly. If you think about it, the recipe is the seeding and who we play and how we get to that conference finals. Then we got to win. Then we win. That's when we win. Right when we get to the conference finals, we gotta win this time. We're winning.
No, 100%, man. I appreciate it, brother. Great call.
All right, man. Thank you.
All right. Maybe more of us should think like this brother, where he said he don't even look at it like it's a finals or bust. He goes one season at a time. Should we take that approach? Before I take more calls, and I'm gonna get into this Clipper game, we need to get the likes up, man. It's not enough. Like, we're not even at the 50 like mark, man. Come on, let's smash that like button. We gotta get the likes up. All right. This is Knicks Nocturnal, the late night show, and we're talking basketball. We're talking basketball. This is what I do every day, 2 days a week. Something to talk about. And I'm about to get into this Clippers game, but I need the likes, man. I need us to get the likes up. Big time salute to everybody that's in the building right now. We do appreciate your support. All right. I see AP in the building. Big time. Maxine, the super. Ibrahim. I see you. What's going on? We got members only Sundays. We definitely going to do an episode this Sunday. We got NBA Saturdays. Okay. That's going down tomorrow, probably around 5:30, right before the game. I want to get it in. So yeah, we'll be going live, man. 2 a days, man. They continue. So we need your support. We got to let the YouTube algorithm know that this is where the place is to be. All right. And we also got the 5K giveaway. So if you're not subscribed, you might as well subscribe. We do a lot of random giveaways. So all you have to do to get closer to winning this rookie Jalen Brunson trading card is subscribe. That's it. There's no other contest, no emails, none of that stuff. We just need your support going forward. All right. So to my man Joe in the AC, that was a great call. See, this show, I just want y'all to relax and realize that we got a whole nother half of the season. Howard Beck and these guys, they're writing articles and all these people got clickbait and soundbite and they want to dump on the Knicks, and it's good. It's good. Dump on us. But if we win 10 in a row, what are you going to say then, Stephen A? What are you going to say then, Howard Beck? Let's say we win 10 in a row and catch the Pistons in the standings. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but what if it did? It could happen. That's why you should not write off the rest of the season. I do got another caller. Hello, caller. State your name. Where you calling from?
Hey, this is Ron from Orlando, Florida, originally from the BX.
Nice. How's it going, Ron? Did you call before?
No, this is my first time calling.
Okay.
I watched
Okay.
I just subscribed, I think tonight. I've seen you before, but I forgot to subscribe. I think it's my first time calling.
Okay, big time salute, man. Where you want to go, man?
Well, I had a couple of points. I won't be too long, but I've watched been watching all the comments from different radio shows, different podcasts. And of course, after last night's game, you would think the Detroit Pistons won the championship,
Right. Yeah.
But a couple of things I want to point out for not to go back too far in history, but you remember when the Miami Heat first put their team together with LeBron,
Yes.
D Wade, everyone said they were going to beat Dallas.
Yep.
They were the favorites. But the Heat had the best players, but Dallas had the best team.
Right.
And I think when it comes to the Knicks, if you look at the way they've been building this team for the last 4 or 5 years, no one's been focusing on Detroit. They were trying to. The goal was how to beat Boston. Detroit wasn't even in the picture. They were watching us. Now, of course, after last year, obviously they came back this year, with an edge, a chip on their shoulder, the way they lost last year. But I think sometimes fans tend to realize it's like, number one, they came back with the same, pretty much the same team, but the same coach. We got a new coach this year, new system. If people know anything about basketball, when you change the whole philosophy of how you're going to play, as far as the players, the rotations, and of course, most of the best teams, organizations, they always want to tweak it each year, but we trying to become a championship team. So just like Detroit's trying to get there, so are we. But our goal has always been how to beat Boston. Now here comes Detroit. They got another year under the belt with the same coach, more experience. And I think also with the Knicks is, which everyone's saying, you know, it's like boxing styles make fight. We have to
Styles make
play
fights,
our
yeah.
game. We got to play our game, and it's come down at the end of the day is who's going to execute better and who's going to execute their plan. Now, I'm not saying that the same thing is going to happen, but isn't this the same coach that swept us when he was with the Cavs? We got swept by the Cavs, and we sent them home. You know, it's the same
Exactly.
coach. You know what I'm
Same
saying?
coach.
So people forget.
Great point.
So people know that Bickerstaff, he knows the Knicks. It's not like he has experience coaching against us. Now, of course, it's a whole different team, but this is the same coach that. And I remember when it came to last year. Oh my God,
10
Boston, we don't have even a chance. And I know they want to use Tatum, but Tatum, we already were beating them even with Tatum on the floor.
100%. Yeah.
Okay, so the goal, so the goal was how do we beat Boston? Now everybody wants to talk about Detroit, but what I'm looking at is like Detroit trying to get to where we try to get to, you know?
Right.
And I remember
Exactly.
last year. Was it last year? We had a winning record against the Pacers, and they sent us home.
Right. They beat us in the regular season, actually. Pacers.
Did they?
But,
okay.
Yeah. But
Okay.
I get what you're saying. Like the correlation, it doesn't matter because Boston beat us and then we beat them. I got you. There's no
Yeah.
correlation, man. But I appreciate your call, brother. I'm locking your number and name. Hopefully you call back up. Great call. I appreciate you, brother.
I will. Take care.
All right. Great night.
Bye-bye.
Right. Yeah, let's have some more optimism, man. That's where I'm at right now. This is the optimistic objective fan. You had to sit back. Yeah, I roasted. I got on Mike Brown. Oh, boy. We got on Mike Brown. I got on Stephen A. Oh, God. But, at the end of the day, man, we still got more basketball left. Last time I checked, it's not May. We didn't lose to Detroit in May. We lost in February. And people were ready to throw the season away. We're going to act like we didn't see us win the Cup championship. I'm not saying it's the end-all, be-all. But you seen what happened when the Knicks had a focused mind and they focused on a goal. Let that be the testament to what's coming in the postseason. When they put their mind together and they focus, it's going to be a wrap. I know someone on that bench saying that you can't double team Cade Cunningham. It's pointless. It's just like what I'm going to say about KD tomorrow. You can't double team KD. It's not a good idea. What's going on, Snipes?
What's happening, brother?
Hey, man, talk to me, man. Listen, we trying to have some good, positive, optimistic Knicks fan talk. Or if you don't want to have that, you can respond how you want, man. What you got to say, brother? Okay, let's go, brother.
I think our roster is as optimistic as you can get. Like, bro, we won the cup with who? Who did Jalen Brunson shout out? Jordan Clarkson, Tyler Kolek, Mitchell Robinson. When was the last time we seen Jordan Clarkson and Tyler Kolek on the court?
Oh, okay. We going there. Okay.
Yeah, we're going there because we won the cup. And all right, we won't raise the banner. I respect that. I didn't want to raise the banner either. But at the end of the day, that was a real competition.
Right.
We beat Wembanyama with Tyler Kolek and Jordan Clarkson. And these guys haven't touched the floor. We have a we have the deepest roster we've seen since the Melo days. That is optimism at its finest. Now we got Sohan. Now we got Alvarado. Like, our roster is deep. A little pessimism. I think our coach is a little overwhelmed by it, but we're gonna keep it optimistic tonight.
Gotta keep it up there. We gotta keep it optimistic.
We're
but I hear you
gonna
though.
keep it optimistic. But our roster
I got on them
fire,
too. Go ahead.
Our roster is fire, bro. Like Yabusele, we got him out the way. You know what I mean? Mo 3, fire. OG, fire. I mean, OG, once he gets off his load, he's missing a toenail. Imagine you missing a toenail playing basketball.
His first game back, he'd be all right.
Yeah. I'm not even taking that seriously. The Mikal Bridges fadeaway layups, all right, we'll get past that.
That was it. Yeah, we got to get past it, but that was crazy.
No, but in all honesty, think about Mikal when he played against the Celtics in the playoffs last year.
That's true. Yep, that's true.
Everybody was saying F them picks.
Mm-hmm. That's
That was the
true.
whole chant. The whole chant the Celtics brigade was F them picks because of how well he performed. So that's my whole thing is our roster is fire. Like it is really, we have one of the best rosters on the East. We have
Yep.
one of the deepest rosters on the East. We just got to
Yep.
find that
Salute to the roster.
cohesion. Yeah, we just got to find that cohesion. We got to find that proper leadership. And I don't know where that's going to come from. To be honest with you, I don't know. I really don't know what's going to lead us. I don't know because I'm a Brunson fanatic. But let me ask you this: who do you think is going to
Yes.
lead us through the playoffs?
Jalen Brunson, without a doubt. Yeah,
I mean, but
without a doubt.
is Jalen Brunson a true leader?
Yeah, he's a true leader. Is he the number
I'm
one
telling you,
option
I love
on the
Jalen.
championship
Jalen
team?
Brunson is my favorite player in the NBA. But is he a true leader?
I'll answer that after the call. I
Okay.
appreciate it, brother, man.
No, I
Great
appreciate
call,
you,
Snipes.
man. Likewise.
I understand the concern with Brunson. I'm not just saying that because I got the Captain 11 mugs and we just gave one of these away. By the way, if you like any of the merch, you go to the shop, okay? But how you get there is by going to the link tree, which is on the screen and in the description, okay? I'm not just saying that because I got a Captain 11 mug. But let me say this. I think that Brunson had a decent game last night. I won't say a good game because we lost. I'm going to say he had a decent game, right? And I don't think Jalen Brunson is going to have another bad game going forward. I don't think that is going to come. I think that Jalen Brunson is going to hoop out. And I think that if the Knicks finish within the top 2, maybe 3, I think he has a chance to make All-NBA first team. Jalen Brunson, when you look at his numbers individually, he's balling out of this world. He's one of the best players in the league. When you look at the numbers. But his leadership, I saw him galvanize the group. He called everybody in. They all came in. Maybe not last night, but they followed his leadership. Right? It's our only hope. Our only hope is Jalen Brunson activating his game on the first team level. That's the requirement. By the way, if you're new to the channel, I was the first one to say it. No one ever else said this, but no team has won a championship without an MVP or All-NBA first teamer. We went back to 1958. There's only one team that did it. That was the Detroit Pistons, but they were the rare anomaly. They had 4 All-Star caliber players and a really elite defense, Defensive Player of the Year. They had the right mix of guys to beat Shaq and Kobe. You don't see that every year. Doesn't happen often. We're talking about once in 60-something years. So I'm saying that to say that if you want the Knicks to do well, Jalen Brunson has to be that guy. He's the only one that has an alpha dog mentality where I'm not satisfied with 2 points. I think OG Anunoby would be the second guy to me who is going to get a shot. Yeah, he may be off. We've seen OG have some bad shooting nights, but at least he gets at it. He tries to get buckets. He's aggressive. The rest of the guys just wait for the ball to come to them. And Josh Hart is like the de facto point guard out there, and he be scared to shoot half the time. Grinds my gears. So who else is going to do it? Cat, don't do this. Yo, throw the ball right here. This is old school basketball. Mark Bryan is there. Why don't we have this in Cat's repertoire? Make yourself a target. That's old school basketball principles. I'm not saying nothing that none of those coaches don't know. But yeah, I think Brunson has the fortitude to be that guy. But will the others show up? That's always my question. I know what Captain's going to do. Will the other guys show up? His usage rate is high, but he also is efficient. All right. Don't think I forgot. We got to smash the like button. We got a lot of people in the building, y'all. Smash that like button all the way in there. If you thought I forgot, I didn't. We got to continue to get the likes up. We got to get the likes over 100. What are we doing, guys? As soon as we enter, we got to continue to smash the like button. I'm about to give you the breakdown of the century on this Houston Rockets versus New York Knicks game tomorrow and why I think it's going to be bad for the Rockets. That's what we're getting ready to discuss right now. So all you got to do is continue to smash that like button. We have to get the likes up. We have to continue to get the likes up. All right. Max, I can't see the text. You got to message me on Discord. All right. If you're trying to text me, Max, you got to send me the message on Discord. 646-995-8389 if you want to call up. So after you guys like the video, I'll take some more calls. So make sure you smash that like button on the way in. Okay, Max? If you got to reach out to me, send me a Discord. Let me start talking about this Clippers. I keep saying Clippers. This Rockets game. Because honestly, the way the Clippers played the Rockets, that's the recipe to beat Houston. I'm telling you right now. All they did was they sped the game up. And slow, doofy Houston could not take it. I'm going to get into that in a second. Now, here's what makes me confident that we'll win. I'm not going to promise a blowout. That wouldn't be accurate, okay? But what I will say is that earlier today when I checked this, we were a -2.5. We are now a -3.5. That means Vegas is feeling more confident in the Knicks as their favorite pick. So that has me feeling more confident. ESPN matchup predictor, which doesn't mean nothing to me normally, but they're picking New York. Doesn't mean nothing to me. That's not analysis. To me, it's their tool that they use. I don't care about that. Doesn't mean nothing to me, but I'm just letting you know they're picking the Knicks. Sometimes the ESPN does not match with the odds. That's why I'm like, hey, I don't know. Because bookies usually don't like losing money. And the Knicks lost yesterday after being the favorite. So for Vegas to come back and double down by making it an extra point, favorite for the Knicks, that's a little interesting to me. Now, these are the leading scorers and stuff like that. That's cool. Brunson, Durant. All right, that's cool. Oh, look at my fantasy team putting in that work. Anyway, this is the injury report, right? Fred VanVleet been out for the longest, right? I think he's out for the season, right? Yeah, June 1st. And Steven Adams is out for the season. Now, Steven Adams is a big blow for the Rockets because he really helped them on the glass. And I think without him, they are still a top rebounding team. Technically, they are. But I've noticed some slippage. All right? I noticed some slippage. Now, the interesting thing about the Houston Rockets is that in their last 10 games, they are 6-4. They beat the Hornets, lost a home and home. No, well, 2 games at home. They lost a 2-game homestand. One of the games to the Clippers. They did beat the Thunder, okay, which was pretty impressive. I'm not going to lie. But we're not going to act like the Thunder didn't have no injuries. You know, we're not going to act like, see, this is why you got to watch the games, y'all. SGA has been out. So they struggled to beat OKC, if you ask me, without SGA. But I digress. You got to watch. You cannot be a box score warrior. Because when you're a box score warrior, you're going to miss out on some of the nuances of the game. The Charlotte Hornets gave Houston some of the toughest game. Honestly, watch both of these Hornets games if you got league pass. And if you got time, watch both of these Rockets Hornets games. Man, the Charlotte Hornets, yo, honestly, they might make the playoffs. I can't believe it. I can't believe I'm saying this. Their big man, his name is what's his name? Kornheiser, Calabrini. Hold on. Let me get the guy's name. You know, the Euro guys always give me trouble with their names. Hold on, let me get this kid Knoepel. Man, Knoepel is gonna be a star in this league. I wish we could get him on the Knicks bad. This guy right here, Kalkbrenner. He started because, of course, you know, Diabate is out with the suspension with Durant and stuff like that. But this kid right here, in that second game, not this game, but in that other game, yo, he was giving them some fits, man. He was giving them some fits. I like that kid. I think that kid got a bright future. Then they got smacked by the Celtics at home. They beat the Pacers. They beat the Mavericks. They beat the Hawks. I mean, the Rockets are underwhelming, bro. I'm keeping it real. Now, this doesn't necessarily automatically equate to a loss to the Knicks, but I'm very confident in our abilities to beat the Houston Rockets. I feel as though, you know, they're not playing good basketball. And what I want to do right now, I want to look at some more of the games. The last couple of games we played against the Houston Rockets. So I'm telling you, I'm very confident, not overconfident, but I'm very confident in our abilities to beat the Houston Rockets. Now, in the last, go back. Okay, so in the last 5 games, we're 3-2 against the Houston Rockets. Okay, so you know, we got the upper hand where that's concerned. If that's something that, you know, interests you, they are a team that they are a top 10 offense and defense, right? But the problem is they've been falling off. Okay, so in the last 10 games, they are a 24th ranked offense. They are a -7 in the last 10 games. Did you hear me, y'all? This is not the Detroit Pistons. We're not seeing they got the lift and the size like Detroit, but this is not the Detroit Pistons. In the last 10 games, the Detroit Pistons, they were 4th ranked defense. Okay? This team has been struggling without Adams defensively. Okay? And when you look at the Knicks, of course, we have been a top 4 defense. If you go to NBA.com and you put in the last 11 games, the Knicks have the best defense in basketball. But if you look at the last 10 games, we're 4th and we're a -8. Okay? Hold on. Let me just stat check myself. Oh, yeah, I said offense. Okay, yeah. -7 on the offense. On the defensive end, okay, they are a little bit better. On the defensive end, they are a +2.8. No, I'm sorry. They are no. Yeah, right. Minus is better. Okay, because I switched to offensive defense. I got to get it right. Less defensive rating is better. More defensive rating is bad. So they are a -2.8. Okay. And of course, our defensive rating, we have the 4th ranked defense in basketball. We're a -8.5. That's including the Detroit Pistons game. This is why I keep telling y'all, you still got to be optimistic. To the people who think the Knicks are a bad defensive team, I think you need to relax. Let me see if I got it right here. Okay, cool. I do. Let me go to advanced stats. All right. We're going to do the last 11 games. All right. Hopefully this makes you guys feel better because this counts the Detroit Pistons games. Bam. Knicks #1 defense in the last 11 games. We can't allow 1, 2, 3 games to change the course of an entire season plus post-game run. These Knicks has played inspired basketball. And sometimes my issues with this Knicks team is that they got to play down to get up. Why do we got to play down to get up? I hate it. Let me give you a stat from the 82 Nights Club, all right? Let me give you a stat from the 82 Nights Club. Here is a problem, and this is why the Knicks have the issues they have. So, in terms of leading first quarters into the second versus losing first quarters into the second, we only had the lead in 25 first quarters this season, right? So we had the lead in 25 entering the second quarter, 25 times out of 56 games. That's not enough, y'all. We need to start the game better. It's like we have to go down to play up. And I'm not saying that our record is good either. We're 12-15. We're a sub 500 team. All right. 3 games under 500 when we trail into the second quarter. So when you watch this game tomorrow, all you got to do is look at the third quarter and the first quarter. In the third quarter, right, when we're down, we are 3-20. 3-20. But here is the most amazing Knicks stat of the year. Anytime the Knicks have a lead entering into the third quarter, we are 30-1. So when you watch these games, more in particular tomorrow's game, look to see if we're ahead or if we're behind. But the Knicks defense is elite. It has been elite in the last 11 games. Even if you put it at the last 10 games, including the Detroit Pistons loss. The Houston Rockets just simply have fallen off the map. When we look at net rating, they are minus 0.3. A minus 0.3, which puts them at 15th in the league. And if you don't know what net rating is the difference between offensive rating and defensive rating. Okay? That is a minus 4.7 on the year. They are 6. So on the year overall, they have a +5 net rating. They are down in the last 10 games. They're just not playing good basketball. They're not playing efficient basketball. So we're playing against a team that's struggling to win against teams that's not even the cream of the crop. We should win this game. You want to know what our net rating is? We continue to astound in terms of net rating. Our net rating is plus 12.3. That's a plus 6.5 on the year, and we're third in the last 10 games in net rating, 5th overall. These New York Knicks are for real, ladies and gentlemen. Don't let hold on, I gotta look you guys in your eyes, man. Don't let Stephen A, ESPN, your friend at work, convince you that the season is over. Listen, I got 10 text messages. Right? I got 10 texts. Soon as we went to the fourth quarter, we was down big, I started getting text messages. Oh, the Knicks ain't all of that. Oh, the Pistons is better than you. And you know what I sent all of those text messages? I said, you do realize that we still got the second half of the season, right? You do realize we lost 3 games to Detroit last year, right? Like, you're acting like the season is over. See, that's what I have a problem with. We did our thing. We did a show called Where There's Smoke, There's Fire. I do it after the games. I don't run from nothing. I got a lot of the opposing fans of teams that watch my shows. They come in here, they want to talk with me. I don't duck the smoke, and I allow them to talk because they know I talk basketball. I'm not talking nonsense. A lot of people talk nonsense on the mic. I don't do that. I talk basketball. So when you come up here, if you're not prepared to have a basketball conversation, then you don't have to call up. So I'm willing to talk basketball even after a loss. Because you know what? I see the bigger picture. I don't care about 1, 2, or 3 losses. I look at games in 10. I look at stretches or moments in basketball in 10-game stretches. That's how I judge the Knicks. So Detroit number 2, when I said that the Knicks are not as good as they were last year. I mean, I'm sorry. They're not as good as we thought they were, not as last year. I don't like the last year comparison. It's too early to make that comparison. But when I say that the Knicks are not as good as we thought they were, that's what I'm referring to. Big time salute to my man AP for the super chat. I do appreciate you. This team is dumb as a door. I don't want to see this group together as it is now. An epic collapse last year, and they underachieving this year. No. I respect your opinion, AP. I disagree. You know where I disagree at? I don't like underachieving. I hate that word. I hate the word achieving, overachieving, underachieving. Because the people who come up with the standard for what an overachiever or underachiever is, what gives you the right and the jurisdiction to tell me that I'm overachieving and underachieving? Like, why does your opinion matter? You can't predict the goddamn future. You are, which I'm a firm believer of, you are what your record is. My thoughts of how good I think you are irrelevant. That's why let me show you something. Let me give you a Nixon 10 little cheat code. Because this is what I'm getting ready to go over when we get to that 10-game mark. This is how I analyze the season. All right? Let me show you. You know what? Hold on. Before I show you, you got to get the likes up. I just thought about that. Yeah. We got to get the likes up. We still nowhere near 100 likes. I'm going to tell you what I look at in a second, but we have to get the likes up. If this is your first time here, this is what I do on the mic. I'm going to give you all of the analysis. I'm going to put it on the screen. But we got to get the likes up. Okay, so YouTube knows what's going on. So continue to smash that like button. All right? We got to get to 100, man. It's imperative that we get to 100. I'm going to take you to the stands. I'm going to show you what I look at. But we have to get the likes up. All right? Continue to smash that like button. All right? And also, we noticed that in the last 28 days, 60+% of you guys, right? We didn't get a chance to update the graphic. You guys are not subscribed. You watch, but you're not subscribed. So you might as well subscribe. Today is the day for new beginnings. I am here twice a day, 2 a days. Regardless if there's a game on or not, there's always something to talk about when it comes to Knicks. I am your Knicks fix. So smash that subscribe button. We're on the road to 10K. The next milestone is 5K. And we have a Jalen Brunson trading card giveaway. I meant to rhyme that on purpose. I used to rap back in the days. So as soon as we hit this mark, we're going to give this away to a subscriber. No emails. All right? No drip campaigns. No, none of that. All you got to do is subscribe to the channel to be entered in for the prize. And then also, guys, look. Yes, joining the channel is an extra perk. Extra plus. We got all types of membership giveaways. The members are well taken care of. But sometimes guys show up, like earlier today, for getting 150 likes. My man Mellow Mike gave away a mug. One of these mugs. Captain 11. All right? We also got the Bodega Cat as well. So we gave one of these away just for getting over the 150 like mark. So do your part. You just never know who's in the chat. All right? Big time salute to everybody in the building. All right? We do appreciate y'all for supporting us. All right? Big time salute to AP. Thank you. No Strays, I see you as well, No Strays. Big time salute to you, No Strays. Very, very great to see you. Happy to see you. And I appreciate your support. You are an MVP donor. Let me get back into my segment, okay? So yeah, continue to smash that like button. Let me show you what I look at. All right. So if you're new here, this is what I'm looking at, y'all. This number right here. You see this? Differential, y'all. And by the way, the Cleveland Cavaliers took us in the standings because they got a win, but I don't really care about that. That's going to be a dog fight. We'll get that back. No worries. But you see the differential? Detroit Pistons, they cracked that 8-point mark. See, this is right here is what I didn't want to see. Because when you start getting into +8 territory, that makes you elite. That makes you elite. So we're at 5.8. We got to get up to the 6. Look at where Boston is at the 7 spot. Very vital, very important. These numbers I'm telling you are vital and important. If you ask me who are the 6 best teams in the East, this is how I would sort it and tell you. Right? Now, the Cavaliers, the Hornets, they are trying to improve their standing. They're behind because they had a slow start. But the differential, I'm telling you, I think the Hornets might make the playoffs. I can't stand the Heat, but they've been consistent. They've been around 2.9 the entire year. I don't look at this after one game. I be tracking it the whole year, and I watch it in 10-game increments. This is how I know who's for real and who's not real. Forget the wins and losses. The differential matters more. You could say the same thing in the Western Conference. I noticed so many trends on the Western Conference. I don't cover the Western Conference. But the Houston Rockets are a team that's barely holding on to this 5.0. Now, they had some injuries. I don't give a damn about an excuse. Houston has been falling off the map. They're trying to get it back. But will they hold this 5-point differential? I don't know. After we cook them tomorrow, they might slip and fall some more. But all of that talk about the East Coast, West Coast, the West is better than the East, that's cap. The record, when I last checked it at the All-Star break, the record between the East and West was the West 145, the East 142. The West they're not superior, dominating. That's just not happening. You got to stop listening to this old media narratives, man. I keep telling y'all, listening to these people. They got these narratives, and they're trying to make you think away. I'm showing you based on the evidence. I give you stats to track and all of that. I realized that I misspoke with the Houston. Houston, they're struggling in their offense, not the defense. The defense, the defense. They're still one of the top teams, but it's not like they're top number 1, 2, 3 defense. They're not. But it's the offense that's sliding. Just to be clear. I think the problem that we're going to have against the Rockets is offensive rebounds. The Houston Rockets are one of the best rebounding team, or the best offensive rebounding team. They averaging 15.6 offensive rebounds a game. We know that we're one of the best offensive rebounds too. We're the third best offensive rebounding team. But in the last 10 games, they're a minus 1.3. We're a minus 2.1. We're only averaging 10.9 offensive rebounds. Now, a lot of that has to do with the improved shooting. But I feel like we're losing some of our edge on the offensive glass. Mitchell Robinson. I'm calling you out, Mitch. We need a 7-8 offensive rebound performance against this team. It's imperative to our success. Mitchell Robinson, we need you. Please, Mitchell Robinson. I'm begging. We need at least 6-7 offensive rebounds just from Mitch. If we get that, it'll set everything else in motion. But on the flip side, and I got to salute the coaching staff for this. I know, why are we saluting them? They lost. I get it. I'm riding with you, but I got to give them a salute. The defensive rebounding from the New York Knicks has been so impressive. While the Houston Rockets, they're 19th in defensive rebounding in the last 10 games. They are minus 0.8, 11th overall. That's not their strong suit. We have turned one of our weakest links on rebounding, the rebounding front, which is defensive rebounding. We're plus 1.7 in the last 10 games and 5th in the last 10 games and 10th overall, improving our rating. The defensive rebounding is so important because it keeps these guys from getting second chance opportunities. Defensive rebounding is a major key to defense. So we got to give a big time salute to these guys for locking in on the defensive side. Now, like I said, the shooting has been a lot better. So I get it. But we gotta continue, okay, to dominate that defensive glass. Is very, very important. Now, one of the most controversial stats is 3-point shooting. Believe it or not, after last night's terrible performance, we missed 16 threes in a row. I know it's bad, but let me tell you this. And I just got a message from the executive producer, man. She's not there. She's telling me before I continue, we got to get the likes. Smash that like button if you just joined the show. This is Knicks Nocturnal. I'm giving you all the reasons why it's going to be bad for the Houston Rockets tomorrow. This is optimistic Knick night. I think we can win tomorrow. We are a favorite. We're minus 3.5. I'm doing a comprehensive scouting report right now. And I need you to smash the like button so I can continue. We got to get up to 100 likes. I do appreciate the support and everybody who's liking the video. But like Maxine said, we got to smash the like button. I'm not done with the Houston Rockets. Trust me. We got to continue to smash it. Treat it like, this is like a new culture we're establishing here. As soon as you come to the show, smash the like button. Okay? Let's get them likes up, y'all. Important. And continue to subscribe if you're not subscribed. We got the 5K giveaway. So if you want to be a part of all the cool things we got going on, smash the like button. All right? And subscribe if you're not subscribed. So look, I'm going to cook. I'm going to talk about the 3-ball in a second. Let's get those likes up, all right? Tonight is optimistic Knick night. I'm tired of, this, that, and the third, and it's clicks and views, and most of the people talking about this stuff barely watch basketball. We gotta just be more level-headed. We gotta see the big picture. Things are going to get better. And things are not that bad. I showed you, you're still the number 1 defense in the last 11 games. I showed you that. When we talk about the 3-ball, it's like, even though we shot terrible against Detroit, and for some reason, we can't hit the 3 against Detroit. The 3-ball does not fall against the Detroit Pistons. I don't know why. Okay, I wish I had the answer for you. But the 3-ball remains to be one of our strong suits, so to speak. Right? Now, in the last 10 games, including Detroit, we are a minus 0.6, but we're still 7th in the league at 37%. The Houston Rockets, they're minus 0.7 as well. just under a point or a percentage. And they're shooting 36.7%, which is 14th in the league. Overall, the Houston Rockets are a 7th ranked three-point shooting team. But there's been some slippage from this Houston Rocket team. The three ball, I think, is an important weapon, and I cannot foresee for 2 nights in a row us shooting as bad as we shot. Like, as bad as we shot against Detroit, there's no way that this can persist. And if you want, we can go to, let me go here. Let me go. Let's just analyze the shooting, right? I know the Detroit game kind of messed us up, but we were shooting the lights out. Last time we checked, the Knicks, they were 4th in three-point percentage in the last 10 games at 38.6%. Shooting way better. But that's what happens when you look at one game, it throws off everything. That's why I don't really care to look at one game. I need to see the whole shebang. But yeah, 29%, but then 45%. We shot bad against Indiana, which was another loss. Then we shot 40%, but then Detroit again. It's Detroit. Like, are you guys not seeing this? Detroit, 24%. Detroit, 22%. Right? For whatever reason, we hadn't figured it out. We're not knocking down the three ball. But against Philadelphia, 45. Against Boston, 40. Mind you, Boston, they are a top team in the league. Right? Then Detroit again, oh Lord. 36% against Denver. 45% against Washington. 42% against LA. 42% against Portland. Let me give you the opponent three-point percentage. In the last 10 games, the Houston Rockets are giving up 36% from the three-point line. That's right up our alley. We get 36%. I think it's 36.3% or something like that. That's what we need. We need to crack that 36% mark. Crack that 37% mark. It's very important. And I think it can be done. Because if you look at this is why you got to watch basketball. We hadn't had 2 bad three-point shooting nights, and I can't remember. Look at this. Bad night, good night. Bad night, good night. Bad night, not so bad night. 2 good nights. Good night. Good, decent night. Good night. Subpar night. Good night. Dallas night. Dallas, by the way, is one of the best three-point defenses in basketball, for the record. And we hadn't had a bad streak of three-point shooting since the Cup curse, which is the 2-11. This is the 2-11 right here, by the way. I'm saying the 2-9, sorry. This is what this stretch is. This is when we were just terrible. But if you go back before that, look at the shooting. Look at the shooting before that. So we don't have 2 bad three-point shooting nights in a row. So I think we'll turn it around. And let me tell you something. Let me go back into the 82 nights. I'm gonna give you guys. You know what? No, I can't. I can't give you guys no extra. We gotta get back. You gotta get the likes up. We have to get the likes up. I'm gonna continue cooking. I could do a show on three-point shooting by itself. I'm not gonna do that, but I could. This is what happened. Listen, this is what you get if you're new here. This is what I do. Right? I get to the bottom of what's going on. This is Optimistic Knicks Night. Continue to smash that like button. We got to get the likes up to 100. Let's go. If you're feeling what I'm saying, I'm just getting started. This is what I do. I do real scouting reports because I watch the opposing team at least 10 times. Sounds crazy, I know. But this is what I do. It's part of my process. It's why I'm confident when I'm confident. I'm not just giving you stuff just to be giving you stuff. So we got to get the likes up. Let's get it up to 100, and I will get back to cooking these Houston Rockets, okay? And while you at it, subscribe. So if you're not subscribed, just subscribe. I will continue giving these guys the wrath. I got bad news, Houston. Houston, we have a problem. I repeat, Houston, we have a problem. These boys, I think, are going to have a good shooting night. Now, I'm not going to guarantee a percentage, but I think we could get over 36. I'm happy. If we get around 36% from three, I'm happy. I take that. And I'm going to give you the record. So anytime the Knicks shoot greater than 37.5% from three, our record is 21-6. So when we're knocking down the three ball, man, it usually yields problems. Now I want to talk about the Houston Rockets offense as well. Right? I see the likes coming up. Okay, we only 17 away. We only 17 away from our goal. So smash that like button. It's imperative as you watch. Okay. The Houston Rockets definitely have regressed offensively. They are struggling to get buckets. Let me show you what I'm talking about. All right, let me show you what I'm talking about. Buckets are hard to come by. In the last 10 games, they're averaging 104 points. Did you hear me what I said in New York City? These guys are averaging 104 points in the last 10 games. Do I got the game log up here? What's this? That's the Knicks. Let me go to Houston. I'm going to go to their game logs. Let's look at the points. All right? Let's look at the points. And I got to get back to three-point shooting, too. I just remember. No, I gave you the stat. Yeah, I did that. Now, I could stay on three-point shooting. I'm not going to stay there. I gave you the stat. I just remember I did. Now, look at the points, though. All right? They got to win against Charlotte. This was a struggle, y'all. They struggled with the Charlotte Hornets. But 105, 102, 102, 112, 99, 93. Then they had a game against Indiana, where they scored 118. Against Dallas, 111. Okay? 104, 99. They're not, they don't have the offensive fortitude to get with us. See, the difference between them and the Pistons, once again, the Pistons are a better team than the Rockets. In the last 10 games, the Detroit Pistons averaged 118.7 points per game. Do not look at Detroit and equate it to Houston. It's two different teams. I watched the games. I saw all of these games. I'm telling you right now, the offense from Houston is slow and doofy. They are last in pace or second to last in pace. They were second to last in pace in the last 10 games, and they're second to last in pace overall throughout the entire damn season. They play walk up the court super slow ball. They don't got a pure point guard. I'm not concerned about the super big lineup. They do got a really big lineup. Let me show you. So this is who they start now, right? I'm gonna show you who they start in a second. So they start Thompson, Sengun, Eason, Smith, KD. That's a big lineup. Everybody in the lineup 6'7", 6'8", and taller. You know why I'm not worried about that? Because the Houston Rockets, they play doofy basketball. Sengun posts up from like the free throw line. He posting up from the free throw line. He's like a Euro cat. To be honest, if you watch Sengun play, everything he does is on the perimeter. And they don't got a real point guard. Reed Sheppard come in the game. You would think he's a point guard. He comes in, he gets buckets. You see, he came in the game, he got 12 shots. That's the third most shots out of anybody on the team. They also got to make a comparison to Detroit, right? These other guys don't do much. They okay. Let me clarify. I don't want to say they don't do much. They do more than it. To me, their supporting cast does more than what Detroit's supporting cast does. But when you watch them play in the last 10 games, they're very ISO driven. Everything is isolation 1-on-1, right? You don't really see much team basketball. Everyone's trying to go get a bucket. This is how they play. So look, while they do got the two 20-point scorers, so they got the capability to score offense. I mean, they're a 7th-rate offense. It's just that their offense has been on the decline. But Sengun, KD, good for 20. The better Thompson is giving you 17. He's not like the Detroit Pistons Thompson. He's a little bit more aggressive than his brother in Detroit. All right? And Jabari Smith, let me tell you something. This kid has been impressive. He's not shooting the greatest. It's not elite numbers when you look at the shooting. But he gets busy, and he's getting 12.4 shots a game. These guys are getting it up there. Like I said, Reed Sheppard coming off the bench, he ain't passing the ball. I'm telling you that right now. Now, Tari Eason, he just kind of got in the starting lineup. You know, they kind of mix and match. Adams was starting at one point. Okogie started 29 games. So they kind of mix up their lineup. They've been mixing up. They've been looking for the right mix. But Eason gets his buckets as well. This is why a lot of us wanted us to trade for Tari Eason, right? He's averaging 12 points. Okay, and he's doing it on 10 shots, okay? So he's getting shots up. They got size. These guys do freelance a lot, but they don't have the structure that Detroit has from a Cade runs the show kind of perspective. They kind of just like some Wild Wild West gunslingers, you know? But Thompson still is dangerous on the backside. So Brunson, you know, if you want to be concerned with that matchup, I don't think they could win with Thompson being the number one guy, but he's going to be way more aggressive than his brother. Now, will he have a great game? I don't know. Right? I mean, I'm not Nostradamus in terms of I'm going to tell you who's going to have a bad game. But what I can tell you is that Thompson is a -3 in the last 10 games. So he's not giving you the 17.5. Sengun is also a -3 in the last 10 games. Okay. And so some of their top scorers haven't been scoring at the same level. And their offense has slowed down to a scorching tortoise pace. They play slow, y'all. How the Clippers beat them. Stops. They were out. Beep, beep. Layups. Dunks. Threes. The Clippers shot, I believe, 39% from 3 that game. And they were getting good shots. You know why? They doubled Kawhi. The first 3 quarters of that Clippers game, Kawhi had 8 points. And then Kawhi exploded in the fourth quarter. He had 18 in the fourth. There was nothing they can do about it. And their defense kind of brought them back in the game because, you know, the Clippers still, they don't got a point guard either. But, you know, Kawhi does a lot of playmaking, and the kid Dunn, who, by the way, had like 16 and 6, I think, had a really good game against the Rockets defense. And I think these Knicks, man, I don't foresee them having 2 bad nights. I'm trying to be objective, and I want to see, okay, this is where the problems are going to be. And I'm not going to say we're not going to have no problems. But in watching Houston play recently, I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed. Only thing they do pretty good to me, still, they are a solid defensive team. And they can get stops. I've seen them get some key stops, especially in that Charlotte game. They were able to neutralize them. But everything else is kind of slipped. You know, everything else is kind of slipped. Another good thing they do is they don't really send people to the free throw line like that. Like, they're not a super foul team, right? They're really good, actually. They're one of the least fouls teams in the game. They're second in least fouls at 18.2. Okay? Or 18.5. Now, where they thrive is where we thrive. They are an elite 2-point shooting team. Let me see if I can scroll up. They thrive in 2-point land. That's where they live. Their 3-point shooting is a little down, but their 2-point shot, you see it on the screen? They are the #1 team in 2-point attempts. So it's bad enough we played against the Detroit Pistons yesterday, who I think are second in 2-point shots. But anyway, or paint points. I think they're first in paint points. Anyway, nonetheless, they're putting up 59.4 2-point shots. The good news is we got the best 2-point defense in basketball. Okay, that's the good news. Hold on. Let me see if I could pull that up on the screen. Hold on. Give me 2 seconds. Damn, I'm in a whole different window. That's wild. So this is the Knicks right here. Right? So we are one of the best 2-point defenses in basketball. Do you see this? We're 4th in 2 points, opponent 2 points made, and 3rd in 2-pointers attempted. So we are one of the best 2-point defensive teams in the league. We're one of the best paint defensive teams in the, believe it or not. And that's with Karl-Anthony Towns, the guy who you guys keep saying is a bad defender. I told you, I don't think he's a bad defender. I think he's a foul liability. He gets too many bad fouls, and that compromises his ability to play defense, and also it compromises his time on the floor. So I can't remember who it was, but somebody was complaining about Towns' minutes is down. It's down because of the fouls. Not down because Mike Brown's not playing them. It's down because of the fouls, bro. How many times you seen Towns get in foul trouble? All right? Damn near every game. Now, look, we got to get I'm going to take some calls, but we got to get the likes up. We're almost there, y'all. We're almost there. I ain't going to lie. I could do a whole 2-hour show talking about this Clippers-Knicks game. Just telling you all the things I've seen from watching all the games I watched. Not going to do that. But I'm going to give you a little bit more on this game, and then I want to take calls. All right? Salute to everybody in the building. All right? This is the optimistic Knick Night. Knicks Nocturnal, man. Why are you optimistic for the Knicks? Let me know. It is imperative. It is important for you to let me know why you believe these Knicks can do. Give me one optimistic thing about the Knicks in the second half. Can we at least do that? All right? I know it's hard. I know we're feeling some type of way. I got you. I get you. But things are going to get better. I'm a firm believer, based on some of the numbers that I shared with you guys tonight, that things are only going to get better. All right? So continue to smash the like button. We got to get to 100 likes, and I'm going to take some calls. All right? Let's go. We got to let YouTube know that this is the place to be. I appreciate all the support. We take care of our subscribers. Just earlier today, Melo Mike gave away a mug, shipped it. It's getting ready to be shipped and everything. And that was just for us getting 150 likes. Maybe somebody else does the same thing tonight. I don't know. But usually good things happen when we like the video. We get a more robust chat and a better discussion. So I need to see the likes up, and I'm going to get into these calls. And while you at it, you might as well subscribe because we got the 5K giveaway. Just for subscribing, you'll be entered into the contest for a rookie Jalen Brunson trading card. All right, so it's imperative that we get the likes up, and then I'm going to take some calls. And I'm curious to know what you got to say on this optimistic Nick night. This is the optimistic Nick night. Don't let Stephen A. Smith trick you out your spot and make you think the season is over because he's scared of the Detroit Pistons. Clearly, I'm not scared of the Detroit Pistons because I did a debate with them called the Knicks War Room. By the way, to the guy who was gifted a channel membership, this guy from Boston, I'm not even going to mention your name. If you want to come for me in the chat, that's cool. But I'll do you one better. Because I'm dying to get a Boston Celtic fan in the ring. Why don't you challenge me to a Knicks War Room so I could pick apart your Celtics? Do you know that I had to watch had to be like 40 Boston Celtic games last year? Yeah. So I know the Boston Celtics like the back of my... I know everything you want to run. I understand the goalie offense. I understand how you play defensive matchup zones. I know. To that brother, the floor is open. If you think that I don't know what I'm talking about, why not have a War Room show with me? So I could show you why we will cook you in the postseason. And that's what we can do the show on. Forget the regular season. Forget that we beat you guys 2-1 and you got lucky in the second game and we should have won that game. Forget all of that. Let's have a discussion about the postseason and why you think Boston's better than New York in terms of winning a championship. Let's go. We only got 6 likes away, and we're going to get back into these calls. But look, this is optimistic Nick night. I think here's another thing, too, why I'm optimistic, y'all. I think the Knicks defense is for real. Forget last night. Please don't keep referring to that game last night. It happened, yes. We lost. We got cooked. It was sad. But can we get past it? Please. All right? Let me make sure my lines are good. Okay. I'm going to take calls. We getting close on the likes. I'm going to take some calls. 646-995-8389. Call up. Voice your opinion. Optimistic Knicks night. You got to give me one thing you're looking forward to the second half. And also, we could talk about the game tomorrow as well. All right. Big time salute to the chat. Let me see who's in the building so I could just take a quick peek. And then we'll keep it pushing from there. So if you want to call up, you can. The phone lines are open. 646-995-8389. Big time salute to all the... Oh, wow. Some people I never seen before. Big time salute to all the new people that's here for the first time. Got the live chat rocking right now. We do appreciate all of you guys, right? All of the support. Make sure you guys are subscribed. It's very important, very imperative. So yeah, you want to call up. But I think the defense is for real. I showed you the numbers. In that stretch, yes, we lost to Detroit twice, but we beat Boston, Denver, who has the #1 offense, and we beat the Lakers, who has a top 10 offense. That's what we did in that stretch. Very impressive. You guys went crazy after the set. Notice I didn't even say the Sixer game. Because I don't look at them as a top team. But still counts. They are 500 and above right now at least. But yeah, let me know. Let me know how you feel. What is it that you're optimistic? I just text my man from BK. Call up, man. Call up. You want to call up? I know I was cooking. You see something really quick? I just want to look at the just refresh. I think we still the -3.5. But let me okay. So yeah, I just wanted to double check again to make sure that OG and none of those guys were on the report. Because I would have been tight. Like, listen, nobody goes in the injury report after you lose like that. Y'all all got to come back to redeem yourself. But yeah, Houston versus New York. The battle for... Wait, hold on. What is Houston's record again? I mean, standing? I know the differential I did. Hold on. 2 games back. So Houston holding on to 4th. Yeah, we both fourth place teams as well. Fighting for our top 4 lives right now, as the Lakers are still there. The Lakers are one of the most interesting teams in basketball. This .01 is intriguing to me. How they able to hold on to their spot. It shows you how good of an offensive team the Lakers is, but at the same time has how much of a trash defensive team they are. Like, they're barely beating teams. They score 116.2, but they give up 116.1. That tells me that you're in the dogfight every night. So yeah, call up 646-995-8389. Voice your opinion. Do appreciate the support. And you know where else I could go? I could talk about the Hornets game too. Kind can nipple, bro. That brother right there. It's too nice, bro. He was just, yo, they had one play. Oh, this is why you got to watch the games too, right? So they had one play where Knipple set the screen for Ball and popped for a 3. I thought that was brilliant. Hello, caller. State your name. Let the people know where you're calling from.
Hey, what's up, man? What's up, man? Hakeem from Brooklyn.
Hakeem from Brooklyn. Is this Hakeem the Dream or a different Hakeem?
No, this is a different Hakeem. I actually just found your page tonight, right? I just found your page this morning, and I really like a couple of things that you was talking about. I got to be honest, right? You made a good point about not going on with, the media and Stephen A, because I find him to be very dramatic. I do find him to be very dramatic. It's too early to call it and say that the Knicks are not going to make the finals. You can't say that. But there is work to be done, right?
Of course.
I do agree with what you said. Mike Brown's minutes for Towns is only down because of his foul liability. He's not a bad defender, but you're not going to get burned if you're doing dumb stuff.
Right.
Thank you. And that's I do see that. And you know what? When it comes to Boston, and I saw that you was making a comment about the war room. When it comes to Boston offensively, just last year was a great example to expose how somebody's offense could be designed to basically expose Towns' weaknesses. They had him on the perimeter, and then when you're driving at somebody like Towns, I don't want to say a size 22 is hard to wear because I never put my foot in the shoe that big, but I will say they knew how to attack Towns. But again, I do want to ask you a question. As far as aggression, right? Aggression and offensive anticipation with Towns and his numbers, because I know you're a big number guy, which is facts. The numbers don't lie. How do you feel with Towns under Mike Brown compared to Towns against with Tom Thibodeau?
Yeah, it's a big difference. Well, Tibbs had the upper hand because he coached him before. So he knows exactly where Towns needs to be. Mike Brown's system does not promote centers being the focal point. It's always the guards and the wings.
Being
He
that
comes
that's what
from
he was
Steve
running
Kerr's
with.
school.
Yeah,
Right.
see, that's what he was running in Sacramento. So you're right about that. So what do you feel like as far as like on the defensive end? Do you feel like, because I was talking to my cousin about this because we watched the game last night live together,
Okay.
and I told him, I said, you know what, I don't want to talk too much about what's going on in huddle because we can only see from the outside, but I don't see Mike Brown. You know, Tom Thibodeau he's very visual. You could see it. If he's pissed off, he's going to let you know. He don't care if the cameras is on him. If he's upset, he's going to let you know. And I think some players need that type of open frustration. I find it that Mike Brown is a little bit too conservative on that side. His hands is in his pocket. You know, he's not really coming at Towns after he does something dumb. You know, I could be wrong, but I don't see Mike Brown pushing Towns enough.
Yeah, I agree. It makes me feel like there may be tension there. You know, but I don't want to take up the rest of your call. If you got another question, I'll also will double back after you get off as
well. Okay, I appreciate you. All
right, big time salute, man. I appreciate you, brother. First time callers, I love it. I got your number locked in, so next time you call, I know exactly who you are.
Appreciate you, Objective. Have a good one.
No doubt, no doubt. Yeah, great points from the brother. You know that he brought up and that he addressed. We don't know what's going on in the coaching huddles. That's a fact. We don't know what's going on in the coaching huddle. So, you know, people saying, oh, there's this, there's that. Now, I do think that there could be some issues between Towns and Brown. That's just based on what I see. Some of Towns' comments, it comes off as if there is a problem with Mike Brown's system. But that would be my difference between Tibbs and Brown. Like Tibbs knew how to get the most out. First off, Tibbs likes star players, right? He's biased towards star players. So he's going to put systems in for whoever. It don't matter. It could be a center, power forward. We've seen it with Randall. We've seen it with Brunson at the one. And we've seen it with Towns, right? That's just what Tibbs does. Tibbs, to me, he's more flexible in building with the talent he has versus Mike Brown is trying to force his system onto a roster that may not be best for him. This is why I say I take shots at the collaboration. I say, what is this collaboration? And the collaboration is Mike Brown and Leon Rose. Dolan got on the radio and said the reason why we fired Coach Tibbs because he didn't want to listen to nobody. But why do I need to listen to you? I am the coach. You telling me who to play. I got to sit down in the office. Allow me to cook. Now, once again, I'm not saying that to say that I want Coach Tibbs back. Relax. I'm not saying that, oh, yeah, fire Mike Brown. Relax. Don't jump off the deep end. I'm just giving you context as to a different outlook that I think Coach Tibbs just was more willing to adapt to what Towns needs more so than Mike Brown. Mike Brown's trying to force it, right? And I don't know if it's working. And because he's so much into that, you know, spray threes, touch the paint, kick it out, 1 through 4 system, I don't know how you change it for Towns. Do you just make it 1 through 5? I don't know. But I'm trying to be optimistic, but we got to have real talk in between time. Listen, we only 1 like away. Somebody got to smash that like button to get us to 100. Come on, guys. Somebody got to smash the like button to get us to it. It's taking us too long to get there, y'all. Somebody has to. Like, what are we doing? Smash that like button. Let's get us at the 100 like mark. And I'm going to give you one more thing about this game, too. I want to talk about it. Then we'll take calls. But somebody got to do it, man. We got to smash the like button. All right? We taking calls. We talking Knicks late night. If you feeling the Knicks nocturnal vibe, this is what we do. this is what we do. And I want to talk about double teams, right? I want to talk about double teamings because let me see if I can get this on the screen. By the way, we did pass the like mark. I appreciate you guys for getting us past the 100 like mark. Hold on, let me show you something. Let me show you something. Where was I at? That's not my window. This is my window. Okay. So remember how we talk about the Knicks? They dribble. Brunson dribble. He don't pass the ball. That's cap. Knicks are top 8 in the last 10 games, or this is 11 games actually. But they're top 8 in assist percentage with 66.9. That would be like a +3 because they're around 63 point something overall. If you don't know what assist percentage means, it simply means that the Knicks get buckets, right, based on it being assisted, an assisted bucket. That's it. The percentage of your shots that are assisted upon. That's it. That's all it means. So the higher number you get, the more ball movement. You see Indiana, right? I mean, the Brooklyn Nets, they are what they are. A lot of not good teams also have good high assist percentages, but then the top offenses, like you see Denver Nuggets, right? Toronto, they're not a top offense, but these guys are in the top. So this stat is important because it shows that the Knicks are moving the ball and getting guys involved. Right? Now, where's Houston? The Houston Rockets are ranked 25th. That's 59.8%. So less of their buckets are assisted upon. Why is this important? Because we don't need to double team Kevin Durant. They're going to play one-on-one basketball. ISO ball. They're slow and doofy. They get the ball. They're not in transition like that. They're slowing it down. They want to get Sengun and KD. They got to wait for KD to come, set the screen and roll with Sengun. 3-5 pick and roll. Really slow and doofy, y'all. Clippers was getting steals. Give me the ball. They out. Beep, beep. We got to bring some of that beep, beep to the game. I'm not saying we play at the fastest pace, but we play faster than them. And also, what hurts them as well is their offensive rebounding prowess. I mean, they're the #1 offensive rebounding team in basketball. So remember, I told you guys, well, you guys, a lot of you guys are new. But I told you that the reason why the Knicks their pace will never be high is because they're such a dominant offensive rebounding team. When you dominate on the offensive glass, it limits your possession because it extends the possession. So when you get the rebound, it's not another possession. All pace is the amount of possessions you get per 100. That's it. It's all pace. It's not a magical number. It has nothing to do with your speed. None of that. It's all about possessions. And offensive rebounds extend possessions. So if you're getting more offensive rebounds, you're going to play slow. But not only do they play slow and doofy, they're just really slow. And overall, they are 29th in pace. Okay? Very slow. Very doofy. And so we got to up the pace. We have to. We got to get out in transition. We got to dominate the defensive glass like we've been doing. We're third, last 10 games, 12.3 plus, what was that? What did I have it at? Plus 1.7. Okay? Important. The Rockets are not built to withstand, teams that play faster. Just in the way they set their game up. So, yeah, 646-995-8389. Call up, voice your opinion. In the meantime, let's try to get the likes to 150. Why not? Why not? We can do it. Let's continue to smash the like button. But true shooting percentage, here's another. I mean, Knicks top 6 in shooting, right? This is including Detroit. Top 6 in shooting, okay? Just under 60%. Where are the Houston Rockets, y'all? Houston Rockets is bottom 2. They shoot 53%. The Houston Rockets offense is trash, y'all. I'm not just telling you this because I'm going to a bunch of stats. I watched the games. Took you through their scoring. This is a real in-depth scouting report. This is what I do in my sleep, literally. So, yeah, we got to continue keeping our foot on their necks because we cannot afford another loss in a row. I don't think it's going to happen. I think Vegas knows what I know. They got some of the smartest people in the world. Knicks are a -3.5. You don't know what -3.5 means? That means that the Knicks are favored to win the game by 3.5 points. Hold on, let me make sure I'm good on the Cashapp side. Hold on. Big time salute to the Cashapp. Are you trying to call back? Let's see. Did he leave a message? To the person who sent me the Cashapp, I don't see a number, nor your name is not there. So I'm not sure if you're trying to call back. Hold on, let me check some. I do appreciate the support, but all I see is full. I don't know what that means name-wise. Is that a nickname? But I don't know who you are if you're trying to get a call back. If you're just sitting in the super, I do appreciate. Oh, okay. All right, bet. So hold on. Are you ready? Hold up. Let me call you. Hold on. Let me get the brother on the line. Let me see if he's ready. Okay. Oh, he said, all right. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate the cat. I got you. Now I know who you are. Got you on the back end. All right. Call up when you're ready, brother. I'm here. Okay. In the meantime, I want to let you guys know that tomorrow, 5:30-ish, I'm going to be doing NBA Saturdays. That's an NBA show that we do. Then we probably do it's going to be super late tomorrow, but we might go live after the game. I got to talk to Maxine. It's going to be super late because the game tomorrow is at 8:30, right? So we should do Where There's Smoke, There's Fire tomorrow night. I don't know. I got to talk to Max. But we usually do 2 shows a day, so that's what it'll be. Also, episode 2 of the 24-hour Fanathon show will premiere tomorrow. We broke history, y'all. We did it here first. We did the first ever 24-hour live stream. All right? Hold on. We got to give ourselves a big time salute. Big time salute to us. We did it. You know, I stayed up. I was up. All right. So let me tell you what I did. I got on the live like around 11:30 something. Played a clip. So we made it to, I stayed a little after. So I probably stayed towards like 12. And then I went and jumped on Still Knicks Fan show. I went to sleep at 3 o'clock. So I was up way more than 24 hours, y'all. That's a fact. So we broke the history here. We did it. All right. And yeah, definitely big time salute to everybody who was in attendance. Just checking this Cashapp. I don't know. Your name is not there. I know that's you, but your name is not there. Your name's showing up kind of funny on the Cashapp. Just letting you know. But you call up, we'll talk about it. But yeah, man, we made that history here. So if you want to watch the replay of it, we're going to be dropping, a clip a day for the next 10 days. Now, what I want to say is, if you're a channel member, you can binge watch it all. I checked the analytics. There was somebody that got up to like episode 6. I'm like, how in the hell did you get to episode 6? So the channel members, big time salute to the channel members, man. Y'all are enjoying the replay. And yeah, it just doesn't show like that though. I'm gonna tell you when you call up. Matter of fact, let me text you. Text the brother. But so yeah, the channel members, they are enjoying it. I'm not saying that, you know, you have to become a channel member, but you know, that's one of the perks you get when you do join the channel. As a matter of fact, let me show you really quickly some of the perks of when you join the channel. So when you join the channel, right, these are the perks you get. All right. We got a lot of exclusive content. Members only live streams, members only Sundays is coming back this Sunday. We're going to be talking about, I think, deepest bench, but there was another topic too I think we might talk about. So I might do 2 for 1 on Sunday. But we also got members only lives. We got members only content. I got well over 60 members only videos. Nope, scrap that. Now that I dropped the Fanathon, that boosted up to probably 70 to 80 members only videos. So when you join the channel, there's just too much content that you get access to. Also, we have the Knicks Tape Madness Discord server. All right. And so when you join that server, we're in there 24/7. They're probably in there chatting right now. This is a members only chat. There's no trolls, none of that. We don't go for that. We talk during the game. That's when you get my end game analysis. If you're feeling the content on the channel, you will be feeling the Discord as well, because you get more access to me. As far as the member shout outs, I always salute to all the members every time, every day, all the time. And of course, you get a discount on the merch. All right. So big time salute to everybody that has joined the channel. Just wanted to share that with you guys. Let's see if the brother's ready. Oh, he sent me this screenshot. Yeah. No, I got it. I'm just telling you what the name shows up as. But I know it's you now, because if you send, I'm a recognize it. I'm gonna recognize it. You feel me? So if you are ready, man, call up. And also to the rest of you guys out there, to all the vampires, call up. 646-995-8389. You know, we're talking about optimistic Knicks stuff. Why not? I'm a vampire. I did a 24-hour stream, so staying up is nothing for me. It's nothing for me. I probably go to sleep at like 4:30 tonight, because it's like, for me, I gotta watch a condensed basketball game before I go to bed. What's going on? Gino, BK in the building.
Yo, what's good?
Talk to me, man. I'm gonna give you 5 minutes, brother. Where you want to go, brother? Talk to me.
Yo, it's been a minute. What's good?
Yeah, it's been a minute, man. I mean, yo, you know, things were crazy, man. We had the Knicks war room. It was wild. I had Detroit people coming for me. We got like 16 Detroit haters numbers saved now. It's crazy.
I don't care. Like I told you before, I'm not worried. Like I don't care what seed we is. They still gotta play us regardless, and we gotta play them regardless.
Yep. Unless they get bumped.
At the end of the day, why they gotta skip stages?
Exactly.
All right. What made them beneficial enough to skip stages?
Hey, bro, I don't know. They thinking they going on a championship run. Some of them do. Then the rest of them know they're not good enough to go on the championship run. But that's a whole nother topic.
They're not. Let's be real.
Yep.
And me personally, I thought they had a better bench last year than us. Right? But this year, we got a better bench. But like I always told you before, I don't care about this regular season. I don't care.
Yep.
You know, we can be the 4, 5, 6 seed. I don't care. As long as we get our horses healthy in the playoffs, I don't care.
I agree.
I don't care. So like, and it's with any other Knicks team. It's like a Knick curse. If you look at the Knicks forever, they always play like this. They cannot keep a lead. They supposed to be teams they're supposed to be, but they lose.
Yep.
It's just there. But when the playoff time comes, this team is gonna turn up.
I agree.
I don't care. Even if Tatum about to come back, I don't care. And Boston
he ain't coming back.
Because if Tatum do come back, it might hurt them.
Exactly.
You know, so I look at this thing objectively. Of course, I'm a Knicks fan.
Right.
Right? At the end of the day. But let's be real. The playoffs is different. It's going to slow down. Everybody want to talk about the system. Cat, he got to make quicker decisions, and he showed that in the last game. He did what he needed to do with the ball in a quick split second. Less than that. But you just can't stop and wait. If I'm Cat, throw a jab, do a basketball move at the end of the day. You're not doing a basketball move. If you're not doing a basketball move, you're not productive with the basketball.
Right.
Do a jab, do a swing through, do something. But my thing with the offense is that I don't know if you peeped this, but when we got Alvarado, he's been looking for Cat in the post. He's been actually clearing out people for Cat to give him the ball in the post.
Yep, I peep it. Yep, and pick and roll trying to run. Yep.
Right, and then my other thing is that when you saw the pregame, did those Knicks zap up any one of those Detroit Pistons players? No.
No. Oh, yeah.
And my thing is that it's a contradiction. Just wave to homeboy and keep it moving.
I agree. Don't be laughing and patting him on the chest. Come on.
Right, because your players might be like he really just dapped him up on his chest like that, and we didn't even dap none of these players up before we came up to the court.
Right.
But my thing at the end of the day, I'm not worried with this team. I think they're still going to make a good playoff run. Boston, you're all good and dandy for being the second seed, but we saw what happened last year, and y'all really ain't built for that life. Regular season success don't lead to playoff success.
Bingo.
What y'all gonna say? Look at the Suns back in the day when they had that high offense, high-octane offense.
Mm-hmm.
What they do in the playoffs? Nothing.
Nothing. They got cooked.
Nothing.
Yep.
So my thing is that I'll never get rattled. But this team, I'm not worried with. I'm not worried about them at all. Because I know what they could do in the playoffs when it's time for the measuring stick to happen.
Right.
You know, but I mean, I don't know. How you feel?
I feel the same way. This is why this is optimistic Knicks fan night. I'm not dealing with no negativity. I think that we got the second half upon us, and there's a lot of basketball left. That's just how I see it tonight. This is what I've been telling people. So I appreciate you coming through, and also reiterating those sentiments. You know.
I mean, I got to. I mean, I've been looking at this Knicks team forever, right? And we're not going to win 60 games. Let's be real. I even told you that way back in November. We was not going to win 60 games. Right. This team is not built for 60 games. This team is built for short spurts.
Good point.
And that's my thing about it. Just get me these dudes healthy to the playoffs.
That's it.
And
that's the key.
I really don't care. But like at the end of the day, if they're going to have a playoff matchup, meaning Detroit, let them get the matchups where they're going to get beat up and all of that. Right. But at the end of the day, they still wet behind the ears. Yep. Of course, you want to have the regular season champ. The regular season, it don't matter. But this team will be judged in the playoffs, not in the regular season. So if this team was to win 60 games, Karan, and lose in the playoffs.
Oh my God!
What would that say? Nothing.
Man, it'd be a riot. People be like, "Oh man, we should have kept." It'd be crazy.
Nothing. But then we want to look back and say, "Oh, Indiana was what, a 6th seed last year and made it to the finals."
Yeah, they were the 4th. Yep, they were. Yep,
a 4th seed. Let's be real. seeding don't matter. It's just playing when you get there.
That's it. Be on your A game.
Right. Like this. But I know this team is going to turn up. I know they're going to turn up. So even if they smacked us by whatever points, it don't matter. Because in the playoffs, everything is 0-0. And you don't know what's going to happen or what you're going to deal with during them playoff trials.
Right. Exactly.
You feel me? So
I feel you, brother.
That I'm just looking at these games, and Houston, I could really care less about this game because you're not going to see them in the playoffs unless they make it to the chip, and they got to worry about their own situation.
They not making it. They not making it. Trust me, they not making it to the chip. Nah,
that's what I'm saying.
They got issues.
Hey,
they got serious issues. Like serious issues.
They got issues. They got issues. But even when we not, and I hate to say the fully excuse and all of that, I don't care about the excuses. I don't care about the system.
Right.
Like, look, if I'm Cat, if I'm on the block, yo, give me the rock. Like we all know, if you hoop, yo, I got a small person on me. Give me the rock. Just give me the rock. Give me the rock. I'm a big man. Look who I got. He little.
Thank you.
Little. So my thing is that it works hand in hand because motion, okay, you still making screens on the block. Get on the block, establish yourself. The switches is gonna be there. Make your decisions faster. So that's my thing about it. But look, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna let you
appreciate it
and do what you're gonna do. All right.
Thank you, man. I appreciate the support, brother. Big time.
All right, my dude. All right,
Brooklyn
later.
in the house. You know how we do. BK
You
all day.
know. All right.
All right. Let's go. My man Gino calling up from BK. Show some love and support in the Cash App. I appreciate the love. That's always a rule too. Like if you're ever triggered, you disagree, you want to co-sign, you could hit the link tree or the Cash App for the $5 callback. And when you come back on the line, you get the opportunity to express yourself. And that's just how we do it on this channel. Because sometimes, people want to get it off again. And I get it. Like in the war room, oh my God, the war room was crazy. I'm praying that this Celtic fan steps. I really want a Celtic fan. I don't want Indiana. I want to take a Celtic fan into the war room. Okay? Oh, and I got these fire graphics that I'm working on. I can't wait, man. I can't wait. But listen, y'all. I do got another call, so we're going to keep the calls coming. So, hold on. What's going on, Rock, from the ATL? Late night. Where we going, brother? Let's go. Where we going?
Yeah, I've been thinking, the caller before me just alluded to it, right? Mike Brown with his system stepped into something favorable because his system does favor wings, and we're a wing heavy team.
Right.
It's about adaptability. Sometimes you got to coach what you got, and I think you should just make a wrinkle in the system where at least when you face Detroit, I think the way to attack Detroit is from the middle out. I don't think you attack it from the perimeter going in far as with Cat.
Right.
That's because this is why I think, and probably you believe too, why Philly is going to be a big problem for them because Embiid is going to go inside and pick up some fouls on the bigs. So I think Cat has to use the same mindset and attack their strength.
Yep. I agree.
So,
yep. 100%.
Yeah, definitely. So I think with them, you're definitely gonna have to be big man heavy and big man centric far as in your attack. Anybody else, the system's gonna work against, but Detroit's a different animal.
Complete different animal. And remember, they are someone that's aggressive and they foul a lot. That's another good reason to have a big man inside.
Yeah, definitely. Because they got no choice. If you start with your big man offensively on the block and you're being aggressive, they have no choice but to foul you.
Right.
So the onus will be on them in the series. And
I agree.
basically, I think they're too easy to game plan against offensively because they don't have that much flexibility outside of Cade. So,
That's
uh,
it. All you got to do is switch. Trust me. Switch.
mhm.
That's it.
Yep,
Don't double.
and I assume this is why we didn't see anything because Mike Brown don't want to show anything up his sleeve. Far as
Right. Somebody said that.
um,
Yeah, people were saying that. Yeah.
yeah, far as GTA from the giddy up game one, pick him up 94 feet any damn time you're on the floor, wear him out.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Let him do all the scoring, cut everybody else off, let him wear himself
That's
out.
it.
He's not gonna last through these he's not gonna last through these games. And
Right.
these
They
guys
bottom
are not
15.
right,
Bottom
and he's not.
15 in assist percentage. Go ahead.
That's right, and other guys are not gonna catch fire because they're not gonna be getting the ball in rhythm because everything's gonna be dependent upon Cade. And they don't have enough
Exactly.
firepower around Cade to support him, especially when he goes to the bench. So they're gonna be out of whack, and that's how we're gonna beat them. Plain and simple.
Plain and simple. And the sad part is we may not even see them in the playoffs. That's a whole nother story.
Yeah, but
That's a whole
I hope
nother
we do
story.
though, because you know what happens. Then because the fans go, "Oh, you lucky we didn't see you. If we played the Knicks, we could have got to the finals. But you lucky we got knocked out by Philly, whatever."
I hear you, brother. I agree. That's true. Man, big time salute. I appreciate your support, Rock. Great call.
All right, bro. Thanks.
All right. Yeah, I mean, he's right. Y'all gonna complain if we don't play the Pistons in the. We could get to the damn finals. Y'all still gonna be like, well, y'all ain't beat the Pistons. He's right about that. But I would say, well, we beat the team that beat the team. That's at least what my response will be. Big time salute to my man LP as this is the real Knicks Nocturnal. 3 a.m. Y'all still rocking with me. Man, smash that like button. It's important. Big time salute to my man AP. He says we have a Celtic in the room now. So hold on. To the Boston Celtic, call up. Call up. Or how about this? If you a Celtic fan, send me an email. info@thisweekinsidetheknicks.com. Hit the link tree. All our information is on the link tree. Everything. The mugs. The 82. I didn't even talk about the 82 nights. But this is okay. So look. So this is what I always say. So in order to deal with me, you got to have a book that see this? See this book right here? Make sure you got a good angle. See all them pages? You need to have a book like that look like this that talks only about the Knicks this season to get with me. And the only way to get this book, you gotta go through my link tree. 82 Nights, the official basketball intelligence system. All right. Exclusive journal. Document the season. You never know. This year could be a special year. We also have the playoff edition to this. Right? Now, this journal right here, if you do get it, you could use it for the postseason, 100%. But we also got the postseason edition for the people who already bought this or the people who just want the playoffs. You could go pre-order it now on my link tree. Okay, this is how I get down. Okay, I watch every game. I could refer to any game. I just go to my notes page. Right. Not to mention this because I actually hold up because I was working on a prototype for this. So I was started on this. This also has stuff for this season, by the way. So you got to have, look, this is just a mock-up. So you got to have these 2 books. See this? Look at all these books. Look at all of that. You want to talk Knicks with me, you got to get 2 books like this, not just one. I forgot about my mock-up, right? This was like the first 13 games. Yeah, 646-995-8389. Call up. We late live tonight. Late live, man. Knicks Nocturnal. I am a vampire. If I stay up another 3 hours, I'm not going to sleep tonight. 100%. I'm telling you. Where's the Celtics at? Where is he at? Where's the Celtic? I see that dude. I can't remember his name, but the channel member, he was gifted a membership. Trying to call me out. Are you serious, dog? Do you know who you talking to? Oh, you said Boucher wrong. It's Boucher. I know. I say Boucher wrong on purpose. That's what I call him, Boucher. I know it's Boucher. You talking about? Oh, it's not called Boucher. It's called Boucher. No, duh. I call him Boucher. Yeah, that's what I like to call him. There a problem? I know who he is. Like, where are we going? Boston Celtics, man. Get him out of here, dog. They ain't calling up. They ain't calling up. I might even look. How about this? We do a War Room Celtics. I'm not even gonna talk about 2 games to watch. See, I'm not like the Pistons. I'm not holding on to regular season. We got bigger dreams and goals. We beat you and the Pistons in the playoffs. That's where my focus is. I'm not gonna mention 2 games to 1, and we should have beat you that game we lost. I'm not gonna talk about none of that. I'm talking about in the postseason when it matters. You come up with your stats and your numbers. I come up with mine, and we're gonna talk about why we'll dust you in the postseason. I'm willing to have that conversation with anybody. You could go get Brian Windhurst, Stephen A. Smith, whoever the hell you want. If they ain't got no book like this on the New York Knicks, there's no way you getting with me. If you don't got scouting reports, you don't got scouting reports for other teams. You don't got scouting reports for other teams that look like this. You see this right here? Hold up. Let's get the light in. See that? This is all other teams. This is like 8 teams right here. The scouting report. See that? All right. You ain't got nothing like that. Sit down. How many Boston games I watched? I had to watch not as much as last year. I was studying Boston last year, hard, heavy. This year I was like, I only started watching them when they started playing well. When I saw the differential, and I said, "Oh damn, Boston might be one of them top teams." That's when I really started to pay attention to Boston. You feel me? And so maybe I watched 15 games thus far, probably more, but around that mark. I know your whole setup. I know exactly what you want to do offensively. I know exactly what Jalen Brown wants to do. I know who Shireman is. I know who Hugo Gonzalez is. Right? You got rid of my cousin's cousin Tillman. See, I know your whole team, dog. I know your whole team. I know about Walsh. I remember when Walsh came into the league, they thought he was gonna be something special. I know all about you, dog. You going up against somebody who watches basketball. I'm going to watch basketball before I go to sleep tonight. Are you going to do that? Yeah. That's what I thought. Boucher. Oh, you said Boucher. What are you talking? Then he said, you know what he had the audacity to say? And because this is a comment of the week, so I'm going to revisit it. He said Sam Hauser was top 5 defensive perimeter defender in 2024. I said, yo, dog, what metric are you using for that? Please do not tell me defensive rating. Oh my God. If you say I'm using defensive rating to confirm that he was the best, to all my people who watch this channel, I know I'm Statmaster Miyagi. It's what I do. But what do I always say? Stats with context. What the hell are you talking about? If you're on a great defensive team, everybody's differential is going to be high. I mean, rating's going to be high. That don't mean that you're a good defender by yourself. And then if he is such a great defender, here's the dagger right here, right? If he is such a great defender, why do we got to go back to 2024? Why can't we just go to now? Why isn't he the top 5 perimeter defender now? You know why? Because Boston's not as good defensively as they was. Hold on, what is Boston's ranking? Because it's been a minute since I watched Boston and study. Because I've been studying everybody else. You know, now I got to get ready to get back into my Cleveland bag because we got Cleveland coming up. I don't remember. I know they're a top 2 offense. I know that for a fact. They one of the best offenses. They're hands down, right? So they got the 8th ranked defense. Oh, so hold on. So his range should be good. They got the 8th ranked defense. Let's see. 8th ranked defense. Where's this brother's rating? All right. He's a 115. Now, I'm not going to say, now look, here's basketball acumen, right? So Hauser's defensive rating is a 115. That's not that good. It's not the worst, but it's not that good at all. Right? I'm not going to say, look, Hauser has a 115. That's why he's a bad defender. Not going to say that. I'm going to say the reason why Hauser is not an on-the-ball defender because he don't get the Jalen Brunson. I didn't see him get the Jalen Brunson assignment yet. If he goes on Jalen Brunson, it's because we putting him in that Hart Brunson pick and roll every single time. I'm telling you, listen, let me look you guys in the eyes. One of the most underutilized weapons for the Knicks is Hart Brunson pick and roll. When they put that big doofy 7-footer on Josh Hart, all I want Josh Hart to do is go out there and set some hard screens. We're going to force that switch, and we cooking Luke Garza. Who they start? Did they still start Luke Garza? Oh, how do I know who Luke Garza is? Celtic fan. How do I know that? Because I watch your little team. I know everything about the damn Celtics. I know yeah, there's no surprising me. I watch the games. You better be talking to Stephen A. Smith or one of them dudes. You ain't talking to me with that crap. Ah, you're just a casual. Okay. All right. If you say so. If you say so. Let me see. So you still start Cater. All right. And Shireman. Shireman got the start because I guess my man Cater was out this game. How do I know that Cater, when he was on the floor at one point this season, that you guys were the #1 defense in basketball? When he came out, you were amongst the worst. Know how I know that? Because I watch you guys. But yeah, you ain't got Cater. Y'all definitely getting smoked. I mean, I'm bugging. Cater was there. I meant the you didn't have the other guy. I'm looking for Garza. Cater is there. This is Cater. My fault. I'm looking for the other guy, Garza. That's who I was mixing them up with. It's late, guys. It's late. Yeah, this guy right here, Garza. This guy. So he was starting. The last time we saw them, he started. But they changed their lineup up. Thank God. Because this is the guy, Garza, who he was running that pick and roll with. And y'all still bring Vujacic off the bench. That's wild. Well, I guess you got to. I guess they trying to use him like a 6-man. I don't know. But Pritchard, he ain't doing that against the Knicks. I'm sorry. Pritchard ain't dropping 26 against the Knicks. You know why? We got a brother by the name of GTA. And all he does is guard point guards 94 feet, and he wreaks havoc. There's no way in the world Peyton Pritchard will score that. And y'all know what Jose did to y'all already. Jose set history off the bench. Yeah, my bad. I forgot. I mixed up Cater with Garza. This is who I was looking for. Because Garza was the one we put in the pick and roll. To all my people who think I'm a casual fan. We put him in the pick and roll, and he got cooked. Facts. That's why y'all took him out the start lineup. Y'all said, yeah, we going with Shireman. But Shireman is a hack. Your whole team is hack. Shireman is a hack, and Hugo Gonzalez is definitely a hack. Oh, he's a good defender. He's a hack. 100% this guy is a hack. I watch him beat everybody up. Salute to Mo Diawara. I do love, I'm not sure if y'all remember the play, but I remember it vividly when Gonzalez tackled Jalen Brunson. Tackled him. Out of bounds. The ref ain't called a foul. And Mo D came and then threw him on the ground. Y'all remember that? That's what I'm talking about. I like that stuff. I like that kind of stuff. Your bench ain't deep, y'all. They bench is weak. I know Sam Hauser, he's no longer on the bench. They started him. They've been moving pieces around, right? Like I said, Sam Hauser is food on defense. If you don't know how Sam Hauser looks, that's how he looks. All right? He's not a memorable guy. I'm sorry. And I don't like to take shots at players, but I'm talking about Boston right now. I can't stand the goddamn Celtics. There may not be a team that I hate more than the goddamn Celtics. Please come inside the war room. Why you don't play Banton? He might be your best. This kid right here might be their best bench player on the low. Facts. He might be their best bench player. They don't even play him. 6'8". I wish we could just steal him from them so we could show them how to use him. A 6'8", damn near point guard because sometimes he handles the ball. Amari Williams, he had some moments. I actually saw him play. He didn't really play much against us. He played in garbage time. But yeah, he's all right. He gets rebounds. He's 6'11". He got good height. This kid. I know your whole damn team, dog. Can y'all say the same? The hell are these guys talking about, man? You better ask somebody about me. If you don't know, I do this on the regular. Yeah, I made it. Listen, it's late. I made the mistake on the lane. If you want to get me for that, okay, I made a mistake. Whoop-de-doo. I know who I'm talking about. Y'all gonna get Boston. That's the only reason why. Listen, I'm gonna keep it real, Boston. I take the 3rd seed, bro. Y'all can have the 2nd. I just want to smash y'all again in the same position. What are you gonna say when we beat you again in the 3-2 matchup and we win the first 2 games in Boston? What are y'all gonna say? Y'all gonna be on some, oh, we didn't have Tatum again, huh? Y'all like Maxwell fans. How do you feel, man? You guys are wild. So look, man, we're going to be back tomorrow with NBA Saturdays. I do appreciate the support, man. This was a great show. And until next, oh, also look out for the Knicks Fanathon clip tomorrow as well. Until next time, y'all, let's